on Saturday's Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. We are authorized to cover every round of the football playoffs, including championships. Call or text us to reserve your postseason broadcast and production crew. Time is running out fast. 480-779-9437. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
From Cave Creek, Arizona, on the campus of Cactus Shadows High School, it is Friday night lights, and those lights are beaming on down here on the Varsity Show YouTube channel as the matchup impending features two teams that are as hot as can be, Desert Mountain and Cactus Shadows. The coin is about to be flipped, and folks, we are happy to be here. I'm Peyton Galler. Partner tonight is Ryan Sikora, and Ryan, between these two teams, 11 consecutive wins. It's been easy going so far over the last month or so for Cactus Shadows after an 0-3 start, 5 consecutive. This is the biggest test though they've seen after that rocky beginning to life in 2021.
Yeah, you talk about that rocky start, 0-3. They tested themselves early with the expectation they would be competitive through those next 5. That indeed was the case, all preparing for this game against Desert Mountain tonight, and they play an equally hot, maybe even more hot, Desert Mountain Wolves program led by Conrad Hamilton, Peyton.
Something to note, though, that in that loss streak of 3 to begin the year, 2 of those losses separated by 2 points, 2 26-24 defeats, and if that goes the other way, we're talking about a couple one-loss teams. So for this Desert Mountain team, they're going to face a very aggressive, very turned-up Cactus Shadows team. How do they control their emotion here in this one?
Well, Desert Mountain themselves, they play very aggressive. They like to go and attack the ball, especially on defense. So for me, controlling that emotion is all about playing the same way as you have all year. Don't change anything, and if that requires aggression and maybe even that extra level of aggression, continue that and continue to be that aggressor.
It's a flint meets steel kind of matchup. It's getting a little cooler. It's November, and you just start to feel it a little bit more this time of the year. A lot on the line for Desert Mountain as they approach a milestone for their team. Program's been up and down over the last couple decades, but for them, a 9-win season can be achieved tonight, which would level the highest mark any team from this school has achieved in the last 15 seasons. It's been done twice, but a win here tonight, they've got a chance to go above that in their season capper a week from today. It will be Desert Mountain that kicks off. Cactus Shadow will receive. Not a bad place to be on a Friday night. Robinson, the return man for the Falcons. The kick is away. It will fall shy of the end zone, returned. And right on top of it are the Wolves. Swung down at the 24, and that is where this offense, led by senior quarterback Corbin Vasily, will set up. Vasily on the year has led the charge for the Falcons with 1,800 passing yards and a pretty remarkable 67% completion percentage.
Yeah, and that completion percentage is coming to almost 4 different guys. They have 3 guys that are really their main targets, Andrews, Foster, and Hashert, but Bennett will catch the ball as well. Those 4 are going to keep the Desert Mountain defensive secondary on their toes all around, not just at one guy.
Of course, creating havoc on the other side of the line, plenty to deal with for Vasily. Will be Porter Sweet. More on him in a moment as we start the game off in a 4-wide receiver look. Vasily looking to throw out of the gate. Got time, got a man, wide open, it's complete. A cut back to the middle of the field. He could go It's Briar Bennett right out of the chute and into the end zone for a touchdown.
And you talk about Bennett, when you look at the guys who've caught touchdowns this year, out of those 4, he's on the bottom of those 4 totem, on the bottom of the totem pole for those 4, but he starts us off with the big play. He was wide open right out of the gate. He wins his battle on the press man coverage early. Great delivery by Vasily at the quarterback spot, Peyton.
Little breakdown in coverage there on the near sideline, and Briar Bennett more than took advantage. It took less than 20 seconds to get the first points of the game.
Two teams that are going to take shots, as we mentioned. Cactus Shadows has put up a ton of points in their last 5. That trend continuing early.
Trying to add the extra one. It's up, and it is true. Well, that was fun. 7-0 Cactus Shadow. Desert Mountain back with the ball here in a moment.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
Desert Mountain in an unfamiliar position as they take the ball for the first time, Ryan. Haven't trailed a lot over the last couple of weeks, but Cactus Shadow quickly to draw blood first as they throw the first punch. A 76-yard touchdown on their first offensive snap.
Yeah, a balanced offense is what you're going to see from Desert Mountain. They're going to give it to Freeberg in the receiving area a lot. Kilberg is the running back. They kind of throw out 1 or 2 quarterbacks from times, but that balance is going to be key in keeping them level on the offensive side when they trail.
Of course, this Desert Mountain team has returned a couple kicks for touchdowns over the course of the year. As this is a line drive that will hop short of the end zone and trickle in for a touchback. So we knew these two teams were going to get after each other. Now it is the turn of Desert Mountain to try and bite back.
I would expect them to try and bite back, starting off at least, as you say, with Drew Tapley, who's going to be a little bit more of the true tested pocket passing quarterback. They're going to throw out Brady McDonough, who's going to be a little bit more of a straight-ahead runner, but that dual threat option, that dual option at the quarterback position gives them so many chances to claw back in.
Man in motion is Jack Freeberg. It's a little pop pass. Cactus Shadows is right on top of it, though, and they made a great defensive play, but maybe not so great after the whistle, as getting a little feisty in there was a late arriving Falcon defender, and there is a flag down. That is going to be unnecessary roughness, and a really nice defensive play is negated by a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, number 43, Nicholas Willett, kind of comes in there and just throws down Freeberg at the end. You can't quite do that, especially when you've gotten off to the flashy start you have through the first 30 seconds. It feels like we've been here for an hour almost. Maybe not quite an hour.
Well, you better buckle up. It's going to be a long night. From the 30, empty set for Tapley. Kilberg joins him in the backfield. Oh, it's a bad snap. And having to fall on it is the quarterback, Drew Tapley, but a disjointed start, to say the least, from a very disciplined, traditionally, Desert Mountain team.
Yeah, and Conrad Hamilton talked pregame about that fact, that they need to play disciplined football. That was part of his pregame interview or pregame discussion with us. And if they continue to play this undisciplined style of football, it's going to bite them in the butt here late on.
2nd and 13 after the miscue. Straight handoff. And straight into a wall of Navy. Couple Cactus Shadows defenders getting in there as the run goes nowhere. It's going to be 3rd and long in a place that Desert Mountain doesn't want to be.
Willett in on the tackle, a strong defensive front 7 there for Cactus Shadows. That 3rd and long is going to give Desert Mountain not a lot of options to do. It's going to be either a quick throw out to in the flat to the running back or the receiver in a screen, or they go deep. The way they played that 2nd down, I would expect something quick out.
Well, Jack Freeberg has been the go-to guy for this offense on the season. with over 400 receiving yards. We'll see if he gets his number called here. Straight drop, time, delivery, tipped up in the air and incomplete. It's not quite a 3-and-out, but Desert Mountain unable to move the football, and they will punt back to Cactus Shadows, who couldn't have dreamt of a better start, Ryan.
And it is a fantastic start. Billy Deach there with great coverage on the outside to deny the Desert Mountain offense, and I think this is exactly the start Cactus Shadows would be looking for. Good field position potentially coming up here as well on top of that.
Desert Mountain in need of a good punt. They'll bring a little bit of pressure. High snap, but they get it away. End over end. It'll hop at the 40. Take a fortuitous bounce for Cactus Shadows and then roll the other direction down to the 30. And it will stop its little parade into the Falcon end of the field at the 28. Okay, so if you're Desert Mountain, not the start you wanted defensively, especially a blown assignment leads to a long touchdown. Passer rating right now for Vasily is on a billion with a 1-of-1 line for 76 yards and a score. How are you changing your mentality? And if so, are you changing anything schematically coming back out here? Maybe a little ridiculous to ask that this early.
Not quite yet. I mean, we talked about it in that pregame. It's going to be a big-time explosive game, and they lost that first explosive play. Don't change anything yet if you're Conrad Hamilton.
I formation for the Falcons. It's a pitch. On top of it are the Wolves, hunting in packs there and getting the tackle, only pickup of 1 on that run.
Good job on the outside edge from the front, from the defensive line of Desert Mountain. And that'll be key for the early downs here to force Cactus Shadows into 3rd and long scenarios.
Looked like that was Bennett again on the pitch. Man who scored the touchdown on the last drive. They'll go no huddle. We'll check with me system. This offense for Cactus Shadows likes to use as they look over to the sideline. Play clock winding down. Threatening pressure, our Desert Mountain, they get it away. Immediately in the backfield over the middle, that's dangerous, looking for Bennett again. Closing in quickly was Schnitzler, and it's 3rd and 9 just like that.
And that could have been that second big explosive play. We saw the first one go Cactus Shadows' way. That one looked much, much more likely to go Desert Mountain's way on the defensive side of the ball.
Nolan Clement wasting no time to get into the backfield, and this is where Porter Sweet, who is 6th in the state with 12.5 sacks on the season, loves to play football, gets to pin his ears back on a 3rd and long, a clear passing situation.
A lot of your stereotypical pass rushers at this level will be like Porter Sweet. Great hands, not necessarily the quickest, but he can still be quick off the edge here at this level.
It'll be a run. And getting the stop they needed are the Wolves, as they only buckle a yard or 2 on that possession, and it will be a punt.
Yeah, Desert Mountain responds to that big first play failure on defense, and they come back with a much, much better game plan. Even if it is the same game plan, they executed a lot better in the secondary and in turn in that front 7 as well.
Return man Jackson Maples. High snap, one-handed catch. Enough room to get off a booming punt, though. Maples waves off the Wolves. And it rolls all the way to the 20. 40-plus on the boot from Braden Hasher, the receiver turned punter. And for Desert Mountain, it looked a little helter-skelter last time they had the ball. Coming back out here, what do you want to see?
Well, obviously, like you say, last time a mess on the offensive side of the ball. Quick outs. Try and get it to the hands of Freeburg and Kilberg as much as possible, as early as possible on this drive. Get a rhythm established.
Just about a third of the way through the first quarter. Handoff. Blockers in room. Rallying to the football in numbers are the Falcons. It was Zach Kilberg on the give.
And that's the first start of this drive. You're getting, like I said, we're getting it out of the hands of the quarterback, Tapley there, and getting it to Kilberg or Freeburg in some scenarios. They've been the 2 go-to guys all year.
Desert Mountain from the onset offensively trying to get the ball to the perimeter, something to keep an eye on. Tapley to throw. Lofting one, 50-50 ball, and it is caught Dylan Tapley rips it away from the defensive back for a big gain. And Desert Mountain goes quickly plunging into the Cactus Shadow half of the field.
Yeah, a great throw, and I wouldn't necessarily say even a great throw, but a great pick out, a great play by Dylan Tapley on the outside to win that battle. Not quite the explosive play, but a big one nonetheless, and they're going to slow down their tempo here a little bit and call a play.
Big chunk there, over 25 yards on the completion.
And that time they went out. They went inside the numbers after going outside the numbers a couple times in a row, maybe dragging them in.
Running back, right inside car in the backfield is Gilbert. Handoff. Trying to pick a hole, it never showed up. A loss of 1.
Cactus Shadows is winning that front 7 battle so far, and you can say Desert Mountain was going outside the numbers early on, maybe for one reason. Maybe they fancy their athletes a little bit more out there, but it could just be that they don't think they can win that front 7 battle quite this early on in the game, and they haven't so far.
Ryan, as you mentioned, right at the top, an offense in Desert Mountain that likes to be balanced. Cactus Shadow doing a good job dictating early to the team in white. 2nd and 10. Couple men in motion as they go heavy to the right side. Give up the gut, and again at the point of attack. Surging forward are Cactus Shadow as Elias Thude with the stop there.
And you're going to see, last 2 plays we've seen motion from the outside, running a little bit of a jet sweep around, sort of as a distraction. Cactus Shadows has been wise to it nonetheless each time. They're setting something up, though, and I think part of the reason Cactus Shadows is having success here is because they're aware of that guy coming in motion. If that play's not going to work, you got to get rid of it early.
3rd and 11, the junior Drew Tapley has the call. Sheffrin joins him in the backfield. Play fake, quick delivery. It's Tapley to Tapley, and it's a first down. Dylan Tapley with his 2nd catch of the drive as he moves the chains with another nice pickup in the aerial attack.
Good play call there. The Cactus corner's backing off, giving the space, understanding that it's 3rd and long. A nice little check down to Tapley. Knows he's got the speed around. They're going to get the first down pretty much every time on that slant.
Sheffrin comes in close. Tapley, immediate pressure. It's a screen, and it is sniffed out. Looked like it was Pottinger. That got a hold of Sheffrin and dragged him down.
We've talked about Desert Mountain's defense and how they like to play aggressive and fly to the ball. We've seen all of that from Cactus Shadows so far, really getting to the ball, understanding what play is coming, maybe more so than the athleticism out there. They look like they're smarter than the offense so far.
Based on the spot rule, a loss of 2. From the 34. Tapley sets up in the far slot. It's a run. Decent hole this time. Driving his legs and moving the pile. Sheffrin gets another carry.
More of that from your Desert Mountain offensive line. You want all of that all day long. Those 6-yard runs are going to open the offense up so much more throughout the rest of this game.
Zach Kilbert been on the sideline the last couple of snaps, catching his breath. They've called on Sheffrin here. 349 yards in relief of Kilberg on the season here in his sophomore campaign. Got a bright future ahead of him. Tapley looking right, gets it away quickly. It's nearly intercepted. Getting hands on the football, Jacob Ong.
Yeah, heads-up play there from the safety. He read it perfectly. They saw that they lost that slant route on the first time that Desert Mountain ran it. Cactus Shadows, Jacob Ong right there for the 2nd time they've run it as they go to the opposite side.
And with that, it is 4th down and a long field goal try coming from the near hash. It's Connor Robinson. Snap, hold, kick. It is blocked. Picked up by the Wolves, but it won't matter. Another momentum swinging play for Cactus Shadows as they get the ball back with their 7-point lead in wonderful field position.
Bend but don't break from Cactus Shadows. They're a great drive from Desert Mountain to get into, I wouldn't call it quite field goal range, but they took the chance on it. They certainly fancied Robertson to be able to make that kick, and Cactus Shadows forced him to have to make that kick, and their special teams did a great job on the edge.
It's always a gamble. Kicking from distance like that, got to come out at a lower angle to get the distance, and that one never had a chance. Corbin Vasily leads the troops back out on offense, bringing pressure on the Wolves. It's a read option. Penalty flag flies as Vasily slides down close to the marker. We'll check on the laundry.
Not that effective of a runner Vasily is, but he flashes a little bit of that sneaky, I wouldn't call it athleticism, but sneaky ability to get out in space and make the right play, and it looks like it's going to come back.
Indeed it will. Penalty kills a nice gain on first down. They'll have a long way to go if they want to move the chains here. It's an offense that likes to take shots. Is this the moment to try and dial one up?
Maybe not quite. 1st and 20, maybe give yourself a 2nd and 15, second and 12 type of situation before you take that risk.
Another I formation look. Straight give, big hole, and crushing forward. Another carry from the receiver, Briar Bennett, who's had his fingerprints all over this Falcon offense.
Yeah, clearly they want to get him as involved tonight as possible. That early reception for the touchdown, and then the 2 carries that he's had so far have been very effective.
Certainly looks like Briar Bennett. I can't quite confirm it. Jersey bunched up, but that appears to be number 83. And that man is going nowhere, whoever it is, as he is popped immediately, and it's going to be 3rd and 7 or so.
Much better job from Desert Mountain last time. I'd like to see Cactus Shadows stay in some heavy sets. They've had success on the 2 or 3 times they've run it already tonight. Why not keep going? 5-6 yards every time is your best friend.
I beg your pardon, that appears to be Jaden Bahora, who's been toting the rock wearing 82. Again, I formation. And a timeout on the field taken by Desert Mountain. We will take it with them. Back with a 3rd and 8 here on the Varsity Show YouTube channel. It's Cactus Shadows 7, Desert Mountain nothing.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show.
That ball is a fumble. You took it, you tucked it away, and you ran.
Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
Rejoining you here from a beautiful evening in Cave Creek, Arizona, as it's Cactus Shadows, who's surprisingly so jumped out in front. And Desert Mountain trying to get the ball back on a 3rd and 8.
Here they come with heavy again on the line.
It's been a heavy dose of I formation on the possession so far. The Falcon offense, they'll hop out of that, though, trying to move the chains. Maybe pressure coming from Desert Mountain. They back out of it. Only a 4-man rush. Delivered outside. It's caught. Turned upfield for a first down. Inside the 40 goes Logan Foster.
That's a fantastic play call. You set up with a heavy set on the front, 7 guys on the line. You show big and you go long, and you get a little check down, 8 yards right at the first down line. You get 5-6 more yards after the carry. Good play.
Coach Mike Hudnut, the head man for Cactus Shadow, we caught up with him before the game, and he said he viewed this as an even matchup between level teams. And quite frankly, that wasn't the consensus amongst media members around the valley. But for Cactus Shadows, they've nosed out in front. So important to take that early momentum and then add to it ahead of the end of the first quarter. Here's a little pitch. Desert Mountain again doing a good job bottling that up.
They're doing a much better job in terms of protecting the outsides on the defensive side than they are going through the middle. I think if Cactus Shadows is smart, they'll recognize that. Maybe try and run in between the tackles a little more.
if you're Desert Mountain, you have to be relatively happy with how your defense is played. Had most of these plays covered, but you know, you give up the long touchdown to start the game and a couple key conversions, and it's the Falcons who have gripped the momentum.
Yeah, right now the story of this game is one play, one touchdown, and other than that, Desert Mountain has been fairly competent.
Quite literally what makes up the deficit on the scoreboard, as maybe trying to add to it on this one, a floating pass to the sideline. My word, an incredible catch on the far side.
I think that was John Young out there. I could be wrong. Either or. Great catch. He high points the ball spectacularly. Another first down. Those big plays are momentum builders.
Santana Wilson was all over it, but just not quite tall enough to get a fingertip on it and dislodge it. Another big play in the passing attack for Cactus Shadows. They are inside the 20. Lots of pre-snap motion. And that draws a whistle. Timeout for Cactus Shadows. We'll stay here through it. Big plays in the passing game. In moments, it looked like Desert Mountain has started to swing some of that momentum their way, and then they get hit big, especially on this drive. These corners starting to struggle outside the numbers.
Look at this. Look at the occasion. At 7 o'clock, two teams that are one team that's got 5 straight wins, one team that's got 6, 8-1 versus 5-3. Two of the better teams up here in the North Valley. Momentum is going to be everything in this type of game, and Cactus is winning that occasionally. But when they do win those momentum battles, they're big shifts. When Desert Mountain is winning them, when Desert Mountain is winning the momentum battles, they're a lot smaller, minimal gains.
If anybody can get the cornerback situation right as well, it is Conrad Hamilton, a 6-year NFL vet, carved out a very nice career as a 7th-round pick with the Giants and Falcons at the turn of the century there in the 90s and early aughts.
And he has slowly improved this team every year. You look at the first year he got here, so-so. The second year he got there, so-so. And then since then, it's been up, and away for Desert Mountain.
Spread out wide, John Young. He's on the near side. Motion man Briar Bennett, a lot of commotion in the backfield. It's quickly delivered. And again, right there to the football to make sure Jacob Stewart would go nowhere. A whole host of Wolves, and that might be the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think much, much better job from Desert Mountain on that play. We've seen them lose some battles in this first quarter. Definitely still in it, only down 7. A stand here on 2nd down, close to the end zone, would be huge for their momentum.
Well, we started this one by posing the question of whether or not a red-hot Cactus Shadow team could meet the level of competition after racking up 5 wins against lesser opponents. I think we've got our answer. Back in the second, here in a moment on the Varsity Show YouTube channel. It's 7-0 Falcons in the lead.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Just a little is right, Ryan, as that is a very narrow margin separating these two teams, 7-0, but it could get a little bigger as knocking on the door once more are the Falcons of Cactus Shadows, who have surprised most and look the better team through 12 minutes against Desert Mountain.
Yeah, and I like Desert Mountain in this kind of spot. These short yardage gains could be crucial for them.
Bahor on a quick give. Desert Mountain in front of it, decent gain of 4.
And that's pretty much exactly what I meant to say. In these short yardage situations, the red zone area for this Cactus Shadows offense, I feel like I trust Desert Mountain a little more to not break and to hold them within the boundaries there and maybe hold them to a field goal here.
Quarterback Corbin Vasily looks out at the Wolf defense as again they threaten to bring numbers on a blitz. They do. Standing in, Vasily to the end zone. Got a man. And it's broken up. Excellent coverage from Zach Kilberg.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and we saw them lose that battle on the outside earlier on, late in the first quarter. They don't lose that battle there. Zach Kilberg, wiser to it. and it'll bring up 3rd and 6. What do you do here? I feel like you've got to get the ball out quick, in my opinion.
You're flipping the script. You're turning the question towards me. Well, I suppose we'll see. I'll play politician and wait for the next play. But it actually is 4th down. 4th and 6 here as a dial it down. Flips a little late. A little rusty out of the quarter break. Caught off guard. But here is the kick. It's up. It is nearly blocked. And it is no good.
That's huge for Desert Mountain. We talked about that bend a little in that short yardage area in the red zone. They don't bend at all. They get a ball. They've got a long way to go. But that it doesn't feel like it's a big momentum shift in the moment right now in the crowd, but it could be in the long term if they can get a couple plays strung together on the offensive side.
A very good drive that canvassed just about 60 yards, come up empty. That is a very big break for Desert Mountain. Can they put together some offense right here? It's been few and far between on the positive play end of things for the Wolves. Tapley on a fake and a flip into the flat. Nice move. And Jack Freeberg with the catch and run. It should be good enough for a 1st down.
Keep that quick game going. Try and run the ball, get the ball out of the hands of Drew Tapley as early as possible. Freeberg, Kilberg, both guys that can get open on the offensive side of the ball, and if you can get into their hands, anything can happen.
Again, over and over again, we've seen Desert Mountain press the outside, try and create a little bit of an edge there. Spread Falcons out. Quickly fired out and again nearly picked. Tapley's been living on the edge. A couple gambles. He's been yet to be punished so far, but can't keep doing that and getting away with it.
It feels like he's making his decisions before the snap has even come. He wanted that slant right out of the gate, and it's worked twice for him tonight. But you can't take that risk every time of just making your decision before the snap has come. You have to go through your reads. You have to see it play out in front of your eyes.
They brought pressure. Tapley wanted to get the ball out quick. After the incompletion, it is 2nd and 10. Tapley throwing again. This time he finds his back. It's another nice catch and run. This time it's 15. As getting loose there was Zach Kilberg.
I think we're starting to see now, as Desert Mountain gets out of their pregame start plan on the offensive side of the ball, they're starting to realize they've got guys on the outside that are good in space compared to Cactus Shadows. Back-to-back plays where they've sort of gone outside the numbers and tried to test those DBs of Cactus Shadows.
First and 10. And somebody may have jumped. It's going to be a false start.
I like where Desert Mountain is going, though, with this drive. There was motion there. I would imagine, based on what we've seen the last couple of plays, the motion guy was either going to be that distraction, but I thought it was going to go to him in the end. A little quick out, 5-6 yards on 1st down would have been huge. They go backwards, though. They've got to change their look up a little bit now.
After the false start, 1st and 15. Oh, huge collision. Able to stay up. Jack Freeberg, but he took a shot there.
Yeah, great connection from the defensive lineman who broke the line of scrimmage early. I think Kilberg did enough to get back to the line of scrimmage in the end.
Looked like it may have been Jacob Stewart who got the initial piece of Freeberg. 4 meets 4. Good balance to stay up, but pay the price for 1 yard there. 2nd and 14. Pressured in the pocket. Tapley trying to escape. Makes a move and goes down. Planted in the backfield for a sack as there he is again. It's Jacob Seward.
Good drop from Drew Tapley, at least to climb and get out of it late, but I think he's got to climb the pocket earlier. That pressure came from the edge, and Desert Mountain initially won the battles on the inside of the pockets. The pocket was there for him to step up and throw into. He just didn't read it well.
29th tackle for loss on the year for Big Jack Stewart. 3rd and 19. Tapley, clean pocket. Double coverage, up in the air. Lot of contact and no flag. Dylan Tapley can't believe it as Drew Tapley aired it out, trusting him to maybe make a play on the football, and he never really got a chance to do that.
There was certainly trust there, and you say a lot of contact. I thought there was enough contact that could warrant something, but at the end of the day, that double coverage, you still don't want to throw into that, and especially if that was the only designed throw of the play. That's a bad play call.
3 drives, no points for the Wolves as they'll punt again. A rugby-style punt. Fluttering and falling dead at the 31. We will step aside. Still going here in the second quarter from Cave Creek.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-79.
First and 10, first play of the sequence for Cactus Shadows. Delivered and caught. Breaking loose and breaking tackles. Logan Foster moves the sticks with a first down completion.
Good early call on the first play of this second quarter for Cactus Shadows, or the first play of this drive for Cactus Shadows. They get it out early. They get a first down on it. Interesting to see what they do this drive for me. I think they've had a theme established of physical dominance up front. If they stick to it or go away from it.
Corbin Vasily really starting to work up a lather. Well over 100 yards at this point. Quick swing right on top of it. Shooting in there from the secondary is Dylan Tapley. Tackle for loss.
And that's exactly what you're talking about there. That first play of the drive, they go quick, they get a nice gain. The second play of the drive, they go quick again. They lose some yardage, and you're going to win some battles. You're going to lose some battles out there. Those kind of plays are going to lead to big moments, but more importantly, they're going to lead to 5-6 yards gains more often than not, though. Crucial for momentum.
Another look over to the sideline. They've got the play now. All receivers on the near side of the field. Vasily darts it over the middle. And it's another first down pickup, as that was a brave bit of quarterbacking. Linking up with Briar Bennett. Makes his second big catch of the game.
Tight catch, too. He made the play, needed a great little job using his body to bring it in and haul it in and hold onto it with 2 defenders closing in on Briar Bennett.
Bennett, 379 yards coming into this one on the season. He's closing in on 100 on this game alone, and there's still about 6 minutes left to play with some change before halftime. Straight give, Bahor, room, makes a cut, and was a shoestring away from maybe busting that one. Tackled after another pickup of what is almost a first down, just about as close as you can get. 9 yards there on the give.
They don't look ready for the challenge on defense, Desert Mountain does, and Cactus Shadows is taking it to them. I know we talked about it and we stressed the point so far a lot through these first 18 minutes, but whoever was going to have the most momentum was going to win this game.
Vasily maybe looking for a shot, got one-on-one. It overshoots the intended man, sailing over the head of Logan Foster, but you have to like the play call there, knowing you only have to get a yard on third down.
Yep, the perfect time to go and take that shot. 100% I agree with you, Peyton. And you look at the theme, short gain, short gain, short gain, take a shot, short gain, short gain, short gain, take a shot. They're trying to build a rhythm on offense, and that can be really important for Vasily as the game progresses.
How about Corbin Vasily so far? He's been just about as good as you could ask for, and maybe even look to take another shot. It doesn't look like they're going to. I formation and then a whistle. What I was going to say, though, is no man's land, only a yard to go. Probably not going to mess around, just going to go to get the first down, but could be 4-down territory.
I kind of agree with your second thought there. Take another one, see what you can get out of it, and then push forward. You've dominated on the front lines so far tonight. You've gone for the I formation there with the fullback. You've gone for that extra heavy look there, and you can probably get it on 4th and 1 based on the things we've seen so far tonight from Cactus Shadows. So
could be a great area, Ryan, to deploy maybe a little play action. Look like you're going to run and then take the shot over the top. We'll see. think we've done enough conjecturing. Now it's time for it to play out. So the pause in play has been resolved, and it will be I formation as Vasily is under center. They'll go straight to the fullback. No nonsense and a first down.
Yeah, they do the opposite of what we wanted them to do, and that sometimes is what we get as commentators, but a great call nonetheless. You get the yard you need, and the fullback gets in on the action. Rare you see that at any level of football, especially the high school level nowadays.
Jacob Stewart again there, made some big plays on the defensive end of the ball, and that time is going to go right into the pile and pick up the first from his fullback spot. He'll stay in the backfield as a running back here.
Tackle made by number 18, Jacob Gibble.
From the 45. Here's Stewart again. Gets by the first wave, and he may be off to the races. He sees the end zone, and he scores. It's Stewart for 6 more, and it is Cactus Shadows, the Falcons flying high.
Tough to tackle Jacob Stewart. He's the fullback. He's a middle linebacker by trade. He's always going to be hard to bring down in there, and you see him break that first tackle. I don't know if that's a tackle that Jaden Bahora can break. The perfect play call for the perfect running back there, Jacob Stewart. It's 2-touchdown lead almost here.
Long run on the year for Stewart was 13 yards. He just about doubled that there, his 5th score of the season, and the extra point is, it looked about blocked, but somehow snuck in. It's 14-0.
I mean, what do you do for your Desert Mountain? What do you do if you're Desert Mountain here? You've all of a sudden taken yourself, not out of the game, it's way, way early. You're only down 2 touchdowns, especially for an offense that is explosive as theirs. But you've been punched in the mouth not once, but twice now in terms of touchdown scoring plays.
Hear the cowbells, you hear the noise, the pageantry of high school football, the stuff that you really love about it. And this is a big crowd that's shown out for Cactus Shadows. They're getting everything they could have ever dreamed of here in the start, as it will be Desert Mountain having to respond. And honestly, Conrad Hamilton, you're not happy trailing by 14. Absolutely not. But could be a good thing for his team, especially if he's able to spur them on and get them back into the game.
You're not happy if you're Conrad Hamilton, as you say, but I think you're comfortable. I think that's a word I would use. As a coach, you're always going to be comfortable, and he's a very stoic coach at that, so he's going to be especially unnerved by this moment, and it's all about his team if they can figure it out. And I think they will. Usually teams tend to follow the track of their head coach. Calm team, won't get too high, won't get too low.
Of course, this Desert Mountain team has been thumping folks. Haven't had a game where their opponent has scored more than 17 points. Really, in the entirety of this winning run, that's another big shot dispatched by the Falcons, and it will be starting field position at the 22, setting up shop. Here is Desert Mountain.
What's the theme of the offense? We've seen them come out a couple times trying to run the football, trying to get the ball out quick, trying to take shots. They need to find an identity with only 5 minutes left in the second half. Down 2 touchdowns. Now's the time to go for it. I think the identity needs to be quick outs. Get your guys in space, try and get 6-7 yards, and maybe the occasional 15-plus yard gain every once in a while.
In need of a response. The Wolves back with the football. It's a run. It's a good run. First down turns into another one, as straight ahead there goes the running back, Zach Kilberg, 11.
Play does result in a first down. Tackle made by number 22.
Perfect start on the offensive side of the ball. You get it to Kilberg. Now maybe trying a quick one to Freeberg. Maybe Scheffrin gets involved on the ground or through the outside, through the backfield in the passing game. Anything to get the ball in the hands of Drew Tapley.
Of course, Tapley only the 1 interception on the year, but he's had a couple shaky moments so far in this one. It might be the moment to establish the ground game, but that's going to be made harder. If you're jumping offside, that's going to be a false start most likely, and yeah, it is called against Desert Mountain.
I think the motion through the left-hand side threw off the left tackle and turned the right tackle after that. It looked like they jumped massively. First and 15, 4 minutes to go, a lot over 4 minutes, 4:50 even. This has to be your drive. You need to put points on the board here.
Playing from behind the chains here, 1st and 15 after the penalty. Deliver, nearly intercepted. It just hung in the air. And this secondary can't believe that ball was not picked off, as it looked like it was going to be, and then it looked like it might be a Jack Freeberg catch. But ultimately, after all that, hits the ground harmlessly, and a heck of a throw from the head umpire there to give the ball back to the ball boy.
You're looking at Drew Tapley on the stat sheet, and you mentioned that one interception. I kind of almost find that hard to believe the way he's played tonight. Maybe that's the play of the Cactus Shadows defensive side, but he's taken a lot of risks that are somewhat unnecessary in many ways.
The Falcons have been flocking to the football, and they've got a chance to really queue one up here, 2nd and 15. And it's quickly flipped to the sideline, and that is a pass thrown by Brady McDonough, the sophomore. He comes in and gets the completion, and he will stay in here.
Getting the play call from his head coach. McDonough, we talk about it in the pregame. They do like to go with both at the times. He's going to run the ball a little bit more than Drew Tapley is, but he can throw the football as well. Maybe those short routes will suit him a little more.
We'll have to try and pick this one up without Ryan Schnitzler, one of their best receivers, who just limped to the sideline. Big shift up front. McDonough, it's a straight drop. Steps up, checks it down, heady play and a first down. And the ball came loose. Cactus Shadow could have recovered it right in front of their own bench and taken the momentum right by the scruff of the neck, but able to clean up there are the Wolves, and they move it into the Falcon half of the field. Very nice play there by McDonough. He found Colin Franks just waiting there without a lot of defenders around him.
Yeah, stepped up in the pocket perfectly, found an open man, drew the defenders in, knowing that he's a little bit more of a threat with his legs. That's the play you want. Drew Tapley hasn't been able to give you that quite yet. Maybe McDonough, for the rest of this first half, at least on this drive, can give you that.
It's only the 20th completion for McDonough on the season, primarily, as you said, Ryan, used as a runner. 31 carries for 134 yards on the season coming in. He throws it again here, arriving a little bit early on the RPO was the defensive back as they looked for Jack Freeberg, but no call. That's a tough break for Desert Mountain.
Yeah, they've had a couple of those tonight, and you look at the trend of this game, they've been allowed to play physical. The only fouls that have been called, the only flags that have been thrown up in the air are on the offensive line for the mistakes made mentally, but physically, not much so far. The referees are letting them play, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
It has, to be fair, gone both ways. It's been physical downfield when the Falcons have had the ball as well. 2nd and 10. McDonough still in at quarterback. He'll run it here. And with an extra blocker, he finds a seam. Gain of just around 15 yards as McDonough bursts down the right hash, gets to the sideline. Keeps this offense moving down the field.
I like the different looks Brady McDonough can give you, and you've got a junior quarterback in Tapley. McDonough, just a sophomore. The future of the quarterback position here at Desert Mountain looks pretty bright, especially when you consider what they've brought through in the past at the quarterback position, the likes of Keaton Slovis, namely.
Of course, USC back in town to play ASU tomorrow, but right now it's the future of the position, as you said, Ryan, that's got our attention as McDonough is by himself in the backfield. 1st and 10 throw. It's a little tunnel screen. Jack Freeberg back to the middle of the field, slicing to the far hash and dragging defenders with him for another first down, a gain of 12.
That's the perfect play call in that scenario. You've got some momentum building. You can get an easy catch, get the rhythm going for McDonough. Then you get it out, and Freeberg can do anything when he's out in space, as you see there. And now you're inside the red zone, a chance to half this deficit after you've been dominated.
And just what the doctor ordered. Defense on the field a lot here in this first half. If you're Desert Mountain, you wanted a long drive to bleed the clock and take momentum back ahead of halftime. 2 minutes left in that half. McDonough to throw again. Got a man wide open and just floating out of his reach. Jack Freeberg got a step on that fade route. It's a favorite of his, but they couldn't link up, and it's 2nd down.
Smooth throw there from Brady McDonough. Finds the guy. He would have had the guy open. Obviously, Freeberg wide open there. Not quite the back of the end zone, sort of that front pylon on a bit of that fade out route. See what you dial up here on 2nd and 10.
And that play, the ultimate testament to chemistry between a receiver and a quarterback. With a new quarterback in there, not quite able to be on the same page. And as you said, 2nd and 10. McDonough looking left, running left with a convoy. Makes a move, puts the shoulder down, and gets another first down, it would appear. It's going to be close.
Yeah, fantastic play call, though, nonetheless. We'll see what the call is.
And it's going to be 3rd and a little less than a yard. This is a huge play.
It's a very important play for Cactus Shadows, and maybe even more importantly for Desert Mountain. I like the variety that Brady McDonough has given them. They go throw the ball short, they go take a shot long, then he runs the ball. Read option here probably.
Yeah, of course, McDonough's such a threat in these short areas with his legs. 3rd and 1. Read option, just like you called. And racing to the corner goes McDonough, popped late. It will be a first down.
It uses the legs, utilizing every single inch of that space here. He got tackled out of bounds, but he took as much as he could. Gets out of bounds. Perfect time to save some clock. Sorry, not waste some clock. Inside the 10 now.
Goal to go. Clock stopped in a minute 17 as McDonough got out of play. 2 timeouts in the back pocket of Conrad Hamilton. They've got to manage this situation correctly. They score, they will get the ball back and can potentially double dip the chip and get this game level with their first drive out of the half. Of course, got to score first though. McDonough, the fade, hovering. Did he get a foot down? Incomplete. Caught, but out of play.
That time they used Freeburg as the decoy. I was going to mention Freeburg here at the bottom of his screen all alone, but they go to the top, find him wide. Oh, don't find him wide open. Great coverage.
2nd and goal.
I think you try and get it into McDonough's hands again with the legs. Maybe a read option, maybe something simple.
How about this drive to invigorate the offense from Brady McDonough, the sophomore? They've marched over 70 yards so far. 7 to go to get into the end zone. It's a pitch. Kilberg trying to get to the corner, and he just tiptoed out before he could fall into the end zone. 3rd and goal.
I think 4 down territory nonetheless. You've got 2 plays here to put one in the end zone. Down 2 touchdowns. Yeah, you want to take all the points you can get, but 7 is much more important in this spot. Or sorry, 6, I guess, technically, is much more important in this spot than 3.
McDonough into the huddle. Falcon faithful making noise. Huge momentum-defining play approaching the end of the first half. Snap came, nobody was ready. McDonough to the end zone, a touchdown for the Wolves.
That was a weird one. No one was ready. As you said, McDonough uses it to his advantage, rolls around. That delay almost felt like it was on purpose in a lot of ways, but McDonough walks in, huge touchdown.
A broken play mended by Brady McDonough, and just the drive the Wolves needed there. Punched in the gut, a really good effort from Cactus Shadow in the first half to build a 14-0 lead. But with the kick up and blocked, it is cut. Not quite in half there, though, and that could be significant down the line as the kicking game continues to be a struggle for Desert Mountain. Had the field goal blocked, and now the PAT meets the same fate.
Yeah, I'm glad I said 6 instead of 7 because now I look super intelligent up here in the box. But 8-point game, still a touchdown game. You're going to get the ball to start the half. As you said, Peyton, you've got to get a stop first with a minute left on the clock.
Well, Ryan, you know there is, I'm pretty sure, a saying about assuming. We're smarter than that here. And it is, as you said, 14-6. Kick unit back onto the field. We'll stay here to the end of this first half. It has been a good one. And, hey, we saw this Cactus Shadows offense strike quickly to start the game, scoring on their first play from 76 yards out. They'll take the ball back. They've got an aggressive, explosive approach, so plenty of reason to stay tuned for the final 59 seconds.
And even if they don't go explosive, which, I mean, I would hope they do, you've got a minute to go out and score. Coach Hudnut has got to be pretty happy with where his team, the definitive underdog coming into today, where they are at the spot, up 8.
Here's the kick. Kind of short, little miscommunication. It will be fielded, and it will be fielded well. Charging out across the 35. It didn't look so good at the start, but Billy Deesh took it on the fly and made something of it, and now you really have an opportunity to maybe charge up your offense with 2 timeouts and only 60 yards to go.
Yeah, now you try and move your offense. I know I said before you got to maybe take what's given to you, take that lead. Got great field position. Great hit there by the kicker, Quinn Robertson as well. That was what caught me off guard.
2 high safeties playing about 10 yards to the line of scrimmage. Press coverage on the outside. Little stunt up front, a quick delivery, a quick hit. How about the fight to get to the sideline, though, and stop the clock?
Good form to keep him short, probably about a 4 or 5 yard gain, but he gets out of bounds. You save some clock with that 4 or 5 yard gain as well.
That's the running back, Bahor. Like you said, Ryan, 5 yards there. QB keeper. And that is stuffed up, and maybe a declaration of the intentions of head coach Mike Hudnut that he might just want to fall on the sword here and take the lead to the half. Clock running at 30 seconds again. The Falcons do have 2 timeouts. Maybe see if you can't get this 3rd down here and assess the situation then. Here's a snap. A throw, a catch. And what appears to be a 1st down. The clock will stop while the chains move. And again, no timeout used here by Mike Hudnut. There it is. So you had to think that if they got the 1st down, they earned a chance to maybe use those timeouts and see what they could do with it. Corbin Vasily been so good in this half of play. Do you trust him to take a couple shots towards the end zone?
He's deserved that. He's earned that trust in a lot of ways. He's been accurate with his throws in the short yardage. He's taken his shots well and timed them perfectly. Maybe give him one to go out there and just hang your hat on at the end of the half. 15 seconds left. Not much to lose if you do make a mistake here.
Well, Vasily's not turned the ball over much on the year. Only the 3 interceptions on the season. Considering he's thrown the ball 181 times, that's pretty good.
It's a little better than pretty good almost, you could say. 2 very turnoverless quarterbacks.
Absolutely, exactly what I was going to say, Ryan. Only 4 interceptions on the season. To this point in the year from high school quarterbacks and this kind of offense, pretty incredible, but that's kind of where the high school game is going. Much more advanced, clever approach at this level as football from college to the NFL starts to look more and more similar. As a guy who's had some experience in the NFL, Coach Conrad Hamilton will choose to call a timeout as well. He had it, might as well use it, see what Cactus Shadows coming out in and see if you can't find the right answer.
Yeah, they've played a couple. They've played cover 2 so far, especially on this drive. You've noted it. That double safety high has prevented that big play. I would expect them to maybe even go 3 safeties out there just to prevent anything, because you don't want to give up a touchdown here. You get the ball back to start the second half. You're within a touchdown. You don't want to even give up 3 here, because then it's a 2-touchdown game. Anything you give up here is crucial for the second half momentum.
The average play is about 6 seconds snap to whistle. So you do have time with the 1 timeout to go underneath, maybe see if you can't get some yak after the catch and see what you do there. But at this point of the field at the 50, probably looking to air it out. Vasily looking, pressure coming, and he is sacked. 8 up in the backfield as it is Nolan Clement that gets the tackle in the backfield and puts a bow on the first half. So Cactus Shadow came out, reckless abandon, looking good, but Desert Mountain finds a way to answer, and they will get the ball in a 1-possession game out of the half. With that word, we will step aside and take a break for the halftime intermission. It's 14-6 here in Cave Creek. Desert Mountain down on the road.
Hi, this is Dick Stockton. Join Vince and me on the Varsity Sports Show as we kick off the Summer Spotlight Series.
Hi, this is the Director of Community Engagement for Hospice of the Valley, Lynn Sue Cooney. Hi, this is Darren Chapman with Tiger Mountain Foundation.
Hi kids, this is DJ Soulman from the Funk Junkies.
This is Raquel Gomez, Program Director of Otta Bay Outdoors.
Hi, this is Avery from Teen Lifeline. Just want you to know that you're not alone.
Hey, this is Leanne from the Humane Society of Marshall County in Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Darla Doss from the Benton Women's Club of Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Kelsey Dickerson, and I start my Saturday mornings the right way.
Hi, this is Nicole Thompson, Executive Director at Harvest Compassion Center.
Hi, I'm Kate Beamer-Sturfer, the Director of Development and Communications for the Cosanti Foundation.
Hi, this is Dana Bailey from Homeless Youth Connection.
Hey, this is John Linton with the I Have a Name Project and Let's Be Better Humans.
Hello, this is Coach Mike Valadez. Despite the obstacles we face, we all should live by the promise.
Hey, this is Bob Jenkins from Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation.
On behalf of the 15 amazing people featured throughout the summer, thank you for starting your Saturdays listening to the Varsity Sports Show Summer Spotlight Series on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you. Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Hi, this is Dick Stockton. Join Vince and me on the Varsity Sports Show as we kick off the Summer Spotlight Series.
Hi, this is the Director of Community Engagement for Hospice of the Valley, Lynn Sue Cooney.
Hi, this is Darren Chapman with Tiger Mountain Foundation.
Hi kids, this is DJ Soulman from the Funk Junkies.
This is Raquel Gomez, Program Director of Otta Bay Outdoors.
Hi, this is Avery from Teen Lifeline. Just want you to know that you're not alone.
Hey, this is Leanne from the Humane Society of Marshall County in Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Darla Doss from the Benton Women's Club of Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Kelsey Dickerson, and I start my Saturday mornings the right way.
Hi, this is Nicole Thompson, Executive Director at Harvest Compassion Center.
Hi, I'm Kate Beamer-Sturfer, the Director of Development and Communications for the Cosanti Foundation.
Hi, this is Dana Bailey from Homeless Youth Connection.
Hey, this is John Linton with the I Have a Name Project and Let's Be Better Humans.
Hello, this is Coach Mike Valadez. Despite the obstacles we face, we all should live by the promise.
Hey, this is Bob Jenkins from Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation.
On behalf of the 15 amazing people featured throughout the summer, thank you for starting your Saturdays listening to the Varsity Sports Show Summer Spotlight Series on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you. Coming this winter to the Varsity Sports Show, AIA, high school, basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Attention student athletes, parents, coaches, and administrators. We are contracted affiliates with NFHS. Tired of Pixelot? Our NFHS authorized platform can spotlight your favorite team with multi-camera and full broadcast crews. We still offer our YouTube channels as well. Single game, multi-game, and season coverage available to meet every budget, including a segment on the Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, dedicated to your team. We can even help promote your booster businesses. Act fast. The season is right around the corner. Hey fans, the Arizona AIA High School Football Playoffs are coming. Trust the Varsity Sports Show team to live stream your football playoff games on NFHS. We are an NFHS trusted partner and will spotlight your favorite team better than anyone, including a team segment on Saturday's Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. We are authorized to cover every round of the football playoffs, including championships. Call or text us to reserve your postseason broadcast and production crew. Time is running out fast. 480-779-9437. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show. That ball is a fumble. You took it, you tucked it away, and you ran.
Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you. 24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fixed Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixedbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fixed Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Hi, this is Dick Stockton. Join Vince and me on the Varsity Sports Show as we kick off the Summer Spotlight Series.
Hi, this is the Director of Community Engagement for Hospice of the Valley, Lynn Sue Cooney.
Hi, this is Darren Chapman with Tiger Mountain Foundation.
Hi, kids. This is DJ Soulman from the Funk Junkies.
This is Raquel Gomez, Program Director of Otta Bay Outdoors.
Hi, this is Avery from Teen Lifeline. Just want you to know that you're not alone.
Hey, this is Leanne from the Humane Society of Marshall County in Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Darla Doss from the Benton Women's Club of Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Kelsey Dickerson, and I start my Saturday mornings the right way.
Hi, this is Nicole Thompson, Executive Director at Harvest Compassion Center.
Hi, I'm Kate Beamisterfer, the Director of Development and Communications for the Cosanti Foundation.
Hi, this is Dana Bailey from Homeless Youth Connection.
Hey, this is John Linton with the I Have a Name Project and Let's Be Better Humans.
Hello, this is Coach Mike Valadez. Despite the obstacles we face, we all should live by the promise.
Hey, this is Bob Jenkins from Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation.
On behalf of the 15 amazing people featured throughout the summer, thank you for starting your Saturdays listening to the Varsity Sports Show Summer Spotlight Series on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you. Coming this winter to the Varsity Sports Show, AIA, high school, basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Attention student athletes, parents, coaches, and administrators. We are contracted affiliates with NFHS. Tired of Pixelot? Our NFHS authorized platform can spotlight your favorite team with multi-camera and full broadcast crews. We still offer our YouTube channels as well. Single game, multi-game, and season coverage available to meet every budget, including a segment on the Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, dedicated to your team. We can even help promote your booster businesses. Act fast, the season is right around the corner. Hey fans, the Arizona AIA High School football playoffs are coming. Trust the Varsity Sports Show team to live stream your football playoff games on NFHS. We are an NFHS trusted partner and will spotlight your favorite team better than anyone, including a team segment on Saturday's Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. We are authorized to cover every round of the football playoffs, including championships. Call or text us to reserve your postseason broadcast and production crew. Time is running out fast. 480-779-9437. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show.
That ball is a fumble. You took it, you tucked it away, and you ran.
Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vetsbuilt Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vetsbuilt is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vetsbuilt at 480-584-3675.
Hi, this is Dick Stockton. Join Vince and me on the Varsity Sports Show as we kick off the Summer Spotlight Series.
Hi, this is the Director of Community Engagement for Hospice of the Valley, Lynn Sue Cooney.
Hi, this is Darren Chapman with Tiger Mountain Foundation.
Hi, kids. This is DJ Soulman from the Funk Junkies.
This is Raquel Gomez, Program Director of Otta Bay Outdoors.
Hi, this is Avery from Teen Lifeline. Just want you to know that you're not alone.
Hey, this is Leanne from the Humane Society of Marshall County in Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Darla Doss from the Benton Women's Club of Benton, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Kelsey Dickerson, and I start my Saturday mornings the right way.
Hi, this is Nicole Thompson, Executive Director at Harvest Compassion Center.
Hi, I'm Kate Beamisterfer, the Director of Development and Communications for the Cosanti Foundation.
Hi, this is Dana Bailey from Homeless Youth Connection.
Hey, this is John Linton with the I Have a Name Project and Let's Be Better Humans.
Hello, this is Coach Mike Valadez. Despite the obstacles we face, we all should live by the promise.
Hey, this is Bob Jenkins from Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation.
On behalf of the 15 amazing people featured throughout the summer, thank you for starting your Saturdays listening to the Varsity Sports Show Summer Spotlight Series on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you. Coming this winter to the Varsity Sports Show, AIA, high school, basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Attention, student athletes, parents, coaches, and administrators. We are contracted affiliates with NFHS. Tired of Pixelot? Our NFHS authorized platform can spotlight your favorite team with multi-camera and full broadcast crews. We still offer our YouTube channels as well. Single game, multi-game, and season coverage available to meet every budget, including a segment on the Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, dedicated to your team. We can even help promote your booster businesses. Act fast, the season is right around the corner. Hey fans, the Arizona AIA High School Football Playoffs are coming. Trust the Varsity Sports Show team to live stream your football playoff games on NFHS. We are an NFHS trusted partner and will spotlight your favorite team better than anyone, including a team segment on Saturday's Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. We are authorized to cover every round of the football playoffs, including championships. Call or text us to reserve your postseason broadcast and production crew. Time is running out fast. 480-779-9437. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show. That ball is a fumble. You took it, you tucked it away, and you ran. Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
Under the lights here in Cave Creek as we rejoin you in what promises to be a very exciting and very tense 24 minutes of high school football upcoming as Cactus shadows the Dogs, the Falcons, in this game. Not the favorite against the visiting 8-1 Desert Mountain Wolves, but they hold an 8-point advantage as they will kick off to start this second half. Again, hello everybody, Peyton Gallagher, Ryan Sikora here on the broadcast for you. And Ryan, that first half was, in a word, fun.
Yeah, it started fast, ended well as well. I think the key to the second half to keep it just as fun is I want to see who Desert Mountain puts out there at quarterback. Is it going to be McDonough? Is it going to be Tapley?
Of course, the starter throughout the year has been Drew Tapley. A little shaky at the beginning of the game, had a couple passes that could have been picked off, were not, but the offense was sputtering, and On the last possession of the first half, head coach Conrad Hamilton turned to the bullpen and found sophomore Brady McDonough, who's functioned for this team in large part as a running quarterback and a wrinkle guy that's helped this offense keep defenses off balance. But he really showed some stuff there under center, leading a drive down the field and into the end zone as he ran it in from about 3 yards out for a touchdown.
The versatility was key on that last drive. He went out there, he did different things, allowed for the quick checkdowns, allowed for the movement out of the pocket with his legs, with his arm. Switching sides over
Looks
there in midfield.
that way.
Sorry, we're a little distracted here. But, yeah, versatility was key on that drive for McDonough, and I think versatility will be the key theme for the rest of the day, for the rest of the night for this Desert Mountain offense as well. If they can keep that, variety, I think they've got an excellent shot at coming back and coming out of this game as the winner.
Ball set up dead center from the 40. We are about ready to go here in the second half. You're watching the Varsity Show YouTube channel on a Friday night. Temperature just starting to drop, around 75 degrees or so. So we buckle up and get going in the second half of play, as this kick will be a touchback.
I hate that rule. I hate the rule where it hits the end. Every time at Saguaro games,
Yeah.
the kick goes, I'm obviously not Saguaro, but every time at Saguaro games, goes into the end zone a yard, and Javen Jacobs, one of the most electrifying kickoff returners in the state, just can't return it back, and I wish they would change it.
Well, absolutely, Ryan, and it's been a real treat having you in the broadcast as we steal you away from the Saguaro crew for an evening. But, yeah, it's a safety thing, and you get it, but deep down I think everybody kind of wants to watch a guy try and run a kickoff off. It's one of the most exciting plays in all of sports, and an exciting development here as it will be McDonough that stays in at quarterback. He'll take the snap. It will be a run, as twisting outside is Zach Kilberg. You mentioned Saguaro. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here. A lot of big games going on around the valley. You mentioned the SaberCats up early on Notre Dame prep. Also involved, got Highland, Chandler. That's a big matchup. Very close at halftime there. A couple other big games going on. You can tune in to those on the Varsity Show YouTube channel. We'd, of course, encourage you to stay where you are right now as McDonough takes it around the right side. Gets first down yardage, but there is a penalty flag thrown from behind the line of scrimmage, and you generally know what that means. It's a hold.
And I like what Brady McDonough is bringing in terms of not just that versatility, but that level-headedness. It feels like since he's gotten in the game, it's been a much calmer game on the offensive side of the ball. Even with all that pre-snap motion, it feels like that extra versatility of him running has opened up a lot more avenues on offense and made it easier for the team around him.
Well, Ryan, we complicate football so much, especially nowadays with all the numbers that can tell you things and make you a smarter play caller and fan from up here. But at the end of the day, it's simple arithmetic, and having the quarterback as a runner, you gain an extra blocker because you're not having to hand the ball off to anybody. That's helped a rushing attack that's really struggled to start this game, as they'll have to pick up a little bit extra 2nd and 15 as they'll throw for it. Quick flip, and it was a little bit too arid of a pass as they dumped it to Zach Kilberg, trying to use the blitz against Cactus Shadow there.
And they didn't really blitz. They showed a blitz. They showed 6. They only brought 4. And when you've got a sophomore quarterback in there like Desert Mountain does, maybe Cactus Shadows will continue that to try and throw Brady McDonough off a little bit.
McDonough faced with a 3rd and 15 as he barks the play out to his team. How much does Conrad Hamilton trust his sophomore quarterback on a 3rd and long, backed up in the shadow of his own goalpost as the snap comes from the 15? McDonough looking to throw, now maybe to run, rolling out. Sets up. It's intercepted. A costly error, and the Falcons in prime field position. They lost the football, and it's recovered in the end zone for a touchdown.
Brady McDonough, you mentioned how much do you trust him? I would have said immensely, especially considering that drive to end the half. He makes the play that is not the play that Conrad Hamilton wants, and a lucky bounce in the end for Cactus Shadows after the fumble. It's 6.
They started the last half off fast, scoring on their first touch of the ball, a 76-yarder This time the defense does the honors. And they will look like they're going to kick the extra point here. So just trying to do the football math and make sure there's no benefit in going for two after the missed extra point earlier in the game by Desert Mountain. They will put it up. It is again nearly blocked, but just wriggles inside. And it's 21-6, not the start Desert Mountain wanted. We will send it to a break and let you marinate on the chaos from a moment ago. Cactus Shadows takes advantage and grows the lead.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468-1135. Proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Well, how do you respond now? Struck hard, Desert Mountain, by a chaotic sequence, an interception thrown on 3rd and long by their quarterback, Brady McDonough. The sophomore turns into a touchdown after a Cactus Shadows fumble on the return is recovered in the end zone, and it's 21-6 for the team in white. It looked like they had momentum at the end of the first half, coming back out onto the field, and it turns into disaster quickly. And again, must find a way to climb back, trailing by 2 scores. They'll start with this kickoff. And just at the doorstep of the end zone, Max Schifrin unable to return it. It's a touchback.
I think Brady McDonough's coming back out. It looks like he's right in the middle of that huddle by the offensive coordinator.
Well, that's the interesting decision to be made, as we've seen for the majority of this game, Drew Tapley, the junior quarterback, run this offense, but unable to really spark up much production. Was taken out of the game in lieu of Brady McDonough. He led a great drive his first time on the field for points at the end of the first half, but very ill-advised throw cost his team dearly on the last play. He will stay in here, though, and he'll throw immediately. In trouble, and he may have lost the ball. No whistle, and it is Cactus Shadows, the Falcons, are flying. A takeaway on back-to-back defensive plays, and Brady McDonough is down behind the course of that action. He got rolled up on very awkwardly, and this is a gruesome sight. Well, we will take a break as the sophomore quarterback, Brady McDonough, is tended to down on the field.
Coming this winter to the Varsity Sports Show, AIA, high school, basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Attention student athletes, parents, coaches, and administrators. We are contracted affiliates with NFHS. Tired of pixel art? Our NFHS authorized platform can spotlight your favorite team with multi-camera and full broadcast crews. We still offer our YouTube channels as well. Single game, multi-game, and season coverage available to meet every budget, including a segment on the Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, dedicated to your team. We can even help promote your booster businesses. Act fast, the season is right around the corner. Hey fans, the Arizona AIA High School football playoffs are coming. Trust the Varsity Sports Show team to live stream your football playoff games on NFHS. We are an NFHS trusted partner and will spotlight your favorite team better than anyone, including a team segment on Saturday's Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. We are authorized to cover every round of the football playoffs, including championships. Call or text us to reserve your postseason broadcast and production crew. Time is running out fast. 480-779-9437. Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Off the field with the assistance of trainers after what looked like very, very dangerous moment, rolled up on behind as he was sacked in the backfield and we hope he's okay. That is the danger of football, of course. But at this level, everybody just playing for the love of the game. Brady McDonough has come into this one and played bravely as he is helped to the sideline by teammates. He's replaced by Drew Tapley, as what was initially thought to be a fumble on the field is reversed as the quarterback McDonough rolled up on, had his knee come down before losing the ball, and on the field of play, that's not necessarily where our concerns are at the moment, but on the field of play, it does remain with Desert Mountain, and so run it here. Ryan, that's always a tough moment, and you kind of wonder how a high school team might respond to something that kind of takes your breath away, like an injury like that.
Yeah, and it goes back earlier to what we were talking about, where a lot of times at the high school level and at any level, really, the team will follow their head coach. Conrad Hamilton is a guy that is very level-headed, like understanding the moment, and I think a team like Desert Mountain, around a coach like Conrad Hamilton, can use that moment to galvanize them. And let's go out there and win one for Brady. Let's go out there and win this game and make sure we come away with a W.
Have to wonder about Drew Tapley after being taken out of the game, thrust right back in, so suddenly he'll have a 3rd and 13 to try and convert here. Decent protection, throw to the sideline, fighting for the first down. He may have got there. That was Jack Freeberg, the number 1 receiver on this team, and he does move the chains. That's a very important play for Desert Mountain, not only responding to the injury to their quarterback a moment ago, but also after the pick 6 that turned into a fumble 6 only moments prior to that put them down 21-6 like they are right now.
And you can go even further back with the decision to move Brady McDonough into the game. That's a good momentum builder and emotional kick-up for Drew Tapley as well at the quarterback position.
Just under 10 minutes left in the third is on the RPO. They're spun out quickly looking for Freeberg again, left it behind him. Tapley led back to the sideline to get another play and regroup.
And now the key theme coming into the second half, when we talked about, was the quarterback position, and sadly it now kind of picks itself in a way with Drew Tapley in here. And with Drew Tapley, the key becomes, how do you respond to being benched? Do you sit there and deflate, or does it elevate you to another level that you've been at for most of the season?
Well, Tapley's been the guy all year long, but with such a talented backup nipping at his heels, they gave McDonough the opportunity. He played well, but now knocked out of the game. It's Tapley's show again. And he makes a smart read, lifting the ball to the sideline. Hooks up with the crosser there, Dylan Tapley.
Yeah, good connection there. It'll give you a short yardage scenario, a chance to maybe take a little shot. Understanding that you're down 2 touchdowns here, 15 points is doable with 21 minutes left to go in the game.
Got about 3 feet to go on 3rd down, 3rd and 1. Ryan, what are you dialing up here if you're Conrad Hamilton?
I mean, I would look for a play-action pass, something quick. Get Drew Tapley. Get Drew Tapley in space. Maybe get him get the ball out of his hands.
It'll be a run, and flying in there to make the play. It was a whole host of Falcons, but leading the charge again is Jacob Stewart. That guy has been fearless all night long, and it looks like he's forced to punt. How do you feel about this situation? Of course, move backwards there, lose 2 yards, 4th and 3.
I don't mind the punt decision from Conrad Hamilton. I think it's right. You've only given up 1 big play all night so far. The rest of it has been sort of simple mistakes, and even that big play was a simple mistake in its own right. Play defense. That's where you're going to hang your hat on. You're a defensive corner. You're a head coach that's got a defensive background.
Well, Cactus Shadows has blocked a couple kicks. They don't get close to blocking the punts. Fair catch wave 4, and this takes a very nice hop down at what appears to be the 17-yard line. That will be where we see Corbin Vasily for the first time in the second half after a sterling first 24 minutes of play. Vasily was so good, well up over 100 yards. We don't have the official book in front of us, but another monster statistical performance from him to date. And if you're the Falcons with this 2-score advantage, the question I guess becomes, Ryan, you start trying to pound the football. It looks like they might just do that in an offset eye. Here's a run. 2 yards and a cloud of dust.
You would pound the ball. I mean, you're up 2 scores. That's been something they've been effective at when they go 6-7 guys at the line of scrimmage. They've got Jacob Stewart, who's been fantastic as a power back. Bahora can run the football effectively as he has tonight. And you look at the rushing stats, Deach has been pretty effective. We haven't seen him back there tonight so far.
3 running backs with more than 100 yards on the season, but Bahora has been the man. 627 yards coming into this one. Not in the backfield here, though, as it looks like that's going to be Stewart, the fullback, joining the quarterback, and before that play can get in action, false start called. Relatively clean football from Cactus Shadows. Had that unnecessary roughness on the first defensive snap of the game for them, but since then, not a lot of flags.
And it was almost like that early flag woke them up in a lot of ways. They said, this is a game we can't make these kinds of mistakes, and they haven't until that very moment. And that's a big mistake to highlight here early in the third quarter. You've got 2nd and long. You're pinned a little deeper than you would obviously like.
2nd and 8 turns to 2nd and 13 with the clock running. Pass play, quick delivery, and in and out of the hands of Logan Foster.
That's your routine pitch and catch. You've got to make that play if you're Logan Foster, especially pinned where you are. That gives you a little breathing room away from the end zone and gets you a little closer to the first down line.
Pressure from number 1 for the Wolves, Tristan Banquil. 3rd down.
We've not seen Porter Sweet a lot in the backfield. Again, came into the game top 6 in both sacks and hurries in the state of Arizona. See if he can't get after the quarterback here on 3rd and 13, and another flinch up front. See if he may have been drawn off. No, he was not. Another false start, and 3rd and 13 gets a little longer.
I would dial up the pressure here now. I was going to say back off on 3rd and 13, maybe conserve some of that space. Now look at the spot at where Cactus Shadows is, right there against their goal line a little bit inside the 10. Dial up some pressure, pin them. The last thing you want if you're a punter is to be punting from your own end zone. Put that pressure on them.
2 receivers to the far side of the formation. It's a run, it's a draw, and it's Stewart with a full head of steam, lowering the shoulder and getting the first down.
And they blitzed, and it was a great play call on the defensive side, and even better play call on the offensive side. They try and take the edges. Stewart runs right up the middle, tons of space. Big first down on the perfect play call from Cactus Shadows.
That is not a man that I would want to see in the open field at all. Stewart like a bat out of hell there on the draw. Moves the chains. A little miscommunication on the backfield. This time, though, as Bahora will be stopped in his tracks for a loss.
Stewart's been the more effective runner of the two tonight. Obviously, we mentioned Bahora is the key toter of the football for them, but Stewart has been the effective running back between the tackles where the offensive line has been able to physically assert themselves.
Came into the game with only 19 carries, but he has been very involved in this one. Of course, had that 36-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. Another nice chunk. Last time he got the football, and he's back in the backfield. Clock running. Here's a pass. Here's a shot. And an incompletion. And a late penalty flag. The man in coverage was Santana Wilson. And with how late the flag came, you don't want to speculate, but you have to imagine it's not for pass interference. It has to be for something that was said after the ball fell incomplete, and that really hurts if you're Desert Mountain.
Yeah, and you could see Santana Wilson give him that little eye as he lay there on the ground. And Conrad Hamilton, those are the plays you can't have. You're down 15. You've done a better job this time of stopping them and containing them. Obviously, you let the Stewart run come, but other than that, it's been a pretty flawless start to the half on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, what was looking like 3rd and long turns into a fresh set of downs as the Falcons move forward to the 44 of their own half of the field. And a long, plodding drive that gets points for the Falcons would mean so much as they continue to march forward. 1st and 10. Quick out. Diving down low to make a nice catch. Looked like that was Braden Hasher.
second down.
I formation. Getting big on a second down. Straight carry. Very nice job there from Bahura to feel out the space. With some tough running, it's 3rd and short. And again, Ryan, you get in this area of the field, you could take a shot. It's enticing. You got the extra down to play with, but you're trying to make a statement here. You think they're just going to try and get the couple feet they need and move the chains.
I mean, the last time you saw them in this same spot, Cactus Shadows, that is, they ran the ball right up the middle with Stewart. I think they should do the similar thing, maybe with Bahura or Stewart again. It's the same play call.
Everybody bunched up. All players within 5 yards of the line. It's Stewart. He moved the chains on 3rd down. Earlier on the drive, it doesn't look the same this time, but he gets the same result.
Yep, Stewart, same little fullback dive that they called on the last 3rd and short that they had. It's effective. It establishes a statement that you're going to be the more physical football team tonight, which they have been, and they've clearly made that their intent.
Started from inside their own 20, the Falcons did, but they moved all the way up into the right side of the field, taking this first down snap from the 45. Desert Mountain has to dig their heels in and find a way to get off the field. Bahura the back. They'll sling it to him. Gets free. Bahura loose down the sideline, throws a stiff arm and is bounced out of bounds at the 17.
Great block by John Young right at the 30-yard marker there. Gives Bahura all the space to go. He was going to get at least to the 30. That block by Young gives him 10 more. Great field position. Great spot to be in if you're Cactus Shadows.
In the red zone now. Cactus Shadows melting clock away. Just about 4 minutes and 39 seconds here in the 3rd as they go back into that I formation look. Trying to make a statement. Bodies up at the line for Desert Mountain. Bahura carrying folks with them on a pickup of 4.
Effective, efficient. I mean, that's the running play you want. 4 yards, get it in, get it out. You keep the clock rolling, even though the clock is not currently rolling.
And we may have a malfunction as the clock still reads 4 minutes and 39 seconds on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that clock does need to be rolling. It takes away from the advantage of running that football and having the lead in this spot as here it goes.
I formation once more as the referee symbol up to us here in the booth that they'll continue to keep the clock on their own stopwatches. Power play. And the ball may have popped loose. Is this the break that Desert Mountain needed? It very well might be. They take it back, stripping the ball free and reverse the tides back in their favor, as that is a crucial moment in this one.
I think it was Nolan Clement who got in and punched it out, and it was a fantastic heady play. You see that from linebackers all the time in the NFL now. They're going for that ball every time, more so than the man. Clement understands where they are on the field, thinks getting the ball more important than getting the man. He gets the ball, big-time field position switch, or flip of the possession.
Couldn't be more important. That looked like it might be, and you know it's early, but could have been kind of a death nail drive from Cactus Shadows. Instead, it falls back into the hands of Drew Tapley. And the onus now lies on the shoulders of an offense that struggled all day long. Tapley under duress, lets it go. And up high to make a stupendous grab. It's Dylan Tapley.
I mean, that's double momentum swing. You get the fumble force, then you get Tapley wide open. It's fantastic, great field position. They're moving the change. An offense that struggled today, as you mentioned, but hasn't struggled this year.
Clock running again, closing in on the 4-minute mark. 21-6. Desert Mountain approaching the end of the 3rd, needing points. The snap coming from the 40. Tapley, it's going well. On the last couple plays, it's not going well that time, though, as, again, looking for the hot hand of Dylan Tapley. Passes overshot, very well covered.
And it's become more and more of Dylan Tapley in this second half. Jack Freeberg, Cactus Shadows has defensively managed him well after a strong start in the first. He was a little quieter in the second. He's been very quiet here in the 3rd. Tapley might be the guy late on.
Faced with a 2nd and 10, this Desert Mountain offense has sputtered the most when they've fell behind in the chains and gotten to 3rd and long. Got to get some yards here. Tapley to throw. Delivers. And he drops it in. Links up with Colin Franks for what appears to be another 1st down.
Yep, moves the chains, perfect throw, and they're finding it. They're finding a rhythm with Drew Tapley that they couldn't find in that first half, and maybe it's a little late, but better late than never with only 3 minutes left in the 3rd.
Tapley there showing the anticipation, I should say, hitting the receiver fresh out of the break. He's by himself in the backfield. Here on 1st down from dead on the 50. Scheffrin joins him in the backfield. A run. Scheffrin gets a great block and makes a really nice cut before being sawed down. As coming up out of the secondary, Elias Thude, it looked like.
Yeah, a good little.
I beg your pardon. That's actually Carter that got in there for the tackle.
Yeah, and a good little contrast to the 2 little outside passing plays they've tried the last couple times for Desert Mountain. They go inside, they get a nice little run for 4 yards, 3 yards that. And that contrast is going to be key. You don't have the dynamic McDonough in there.
Desert Mountain scored on a long, plodding drive to end the 2nd quarter. Can they mimic that here in the 3rd as we are under 2 minutes and 30 seconds? Tapley scanning, and a tight window. Is that cut? Yes, it is. Wrestled away by Jack Freeberg, this team's #1 receiver. He's been quiet tonight, makes a nice play there, though.
Yeah, and that can wake him up. You've got 2 minutes left in this quarter. You've got to finish this drive off, and if Freeberg can get going, along with how Tapley has played tonight, you've got a double-headed monster out there on the outside that should dominate for the remainder of this half.
Inside the 40 now. Running back behind the quarterback, Tapley, this time. He's been surgical on this drive. Perusing downfield, got a man wide open, and inside the 20 go the Wolves, as this time it's a new receiver. Dylan hit the tight end, got loose in the secondary, and here come the Wolves.
Yeah, nice little seam route from Hip. You go across the middle. Most of your passing game this drive has been outside the numbers. This time you find your way inside, and this is something we haven't seen from Desert Mountain. They obviously had the McDonough drive, but this is a little different, more through the air.
Offense humming now. So fake the quick hit, throw it out to the wheel route. Scheffrin catches, twists, moves forward toward the sticks, and I believe he did get it. 1st and goal.
I think this is the perfect response from Drew Tapley you were looking for when you got back out there. You got the, not quite the lucky break because there was an injury to come out of it, but the lucky break in terms of where the ball landed. You got the call to come back your way, and Drew Tapley has responded to that benching superbly.
Scheffrin remains the back. 6 yards to the end zone. Grass looking greener on the other side of the line as here's a fade. And dislodged at the last second. Excellent coverage.
Textbook right on him the entire way. They've looked for that fade a couple times when they've been in this spot in the end zone. Desert Mountain can't quite complete it. Cactus Shadows, this would be a huge stand this close to the end zone.
Well, they got to hang on for 2 more downs. You have to be thinking touchdown at this point in the game if you're Desert Mountain trailing by 15. Tapley's shown the ability, Dylan Tapley, to go up and get it. He is on the far side by himself. Play fake, they'll roll it right, in trouble, and Tapley is snowed under. Wrong direction for Desert Mountain as a couple of gray hats arrive at the football to get a sack.
It looked blown at the line of scrimmage. They allowed that pressure to get in early. Tapley's got a little bit longer to go than he'd like on 3rd down and goal. But it's 4 down territory at this point.
And guess who got another piece of the quarterback there? It's Jacob Stewart. Cannot overstate the importance of this one. 3rd and goal coming from the 12-yard line. Tapley will face it by his lonesome in the backfield, empty set. A dull rumble intensifying from the Falcon faithful. Shot to the end zone. Grazes the fingertips of Tapley. Incomplete. And here comes the kicking unit.
I don't like that consistent decision to go for the fade. Try and find something over the middle of the field. You haven't won a fade battle yet so far. Even if you have the bigger receivers, you've yet to win that battle.
On for the kick.
On for the correction, on for the field goal for the Wolves is number 15.
2 kicks blocked so far, 1 a PAT, 1 a field goal. This one from about 30 yards out. And it's just short. Desert Mountain got the fumble. They made a nice charge down the field, but again, held scoreless, and Cactus Shadows is able to make sure that their lead isn't threatened on that possession.
Yep, Cactus taking that momentum from the last 5 games, turning it into a bigger momentum shift in terms of the grand scheme of things, and then from a more micro aspect, this game has been all about their momentum shifts. Even when they lose a big one down there, they win a big one up here.
Well, this defense has had to fight so hard. Of course, they've only surrendered the 14 points. One of the scores for Cactus Shadows has been on the defensive end, but you have to really pose the question of how much longer can they hang on. They made such a heroic play, winning the ball back for their offense, pinned up in their own red zone the last time out. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. They're going to have to bow up right now. Vasily brings a man in motion. And he will look to throw. It's a tunnel screen, and reading it all the way. Ball hits the ground, incomplete. Don't think it would have gone much anywhere anyway, as screaming into the backfield was Dylan Tapley.
Yeah, and then another 2 or 3 more Wolves right behind him. It wouldn't have gone far, as you mentioned, Peyton. 11 seconds left. Just something simple. Get out, get open. Maybe a 4 or 5 yard little screen route like you tried the last time. Try and keep it on the same page.
I form here. 2nd and 10. Bahora on the run. There were about 4 Desert Mountain players waiting for him, as in there first was Zach Gilbert. Quickly, 3rd and 10, and that is where we will join the action back at the top of the 4th quarter. The Falcons have put up an excellent showing through 3. They've got a 15-point lead to defend for 12 more minutes when we come back.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show.
That ball is a fumble. You took it, you tucked it away, and you ran.
Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
Cactus Shadows 12 minutes away from claiming a sectional title as they start with a 3rd and 10. If they can convert it, they move that much closer to reaching their goals. Vasily, under duress, under fire, delivers a strike. Waiting on a ruling. And it is incomplete. It looked like it may have been caught. The referee comes in, waves his hands, and says that is the stop that Desert Mountain needed so badly. They'll get the ball back.
Yeah, and a little something different from Desert Mountain defensively on that down. We've seen a lot of pressure come from the edges. That time they go straight up the middle, and they force Jacob Stewart out of the play with a block, and they force pressure right in Vasily's face.
Desert Mountain needs points. They need them now. They'll bring extra bodies after the punt. They get there. Picked up and in for the touchdown. And on a dime, this game turns as it is Perry Solinsky, Johnny on the spot to score and breathe a whole bunch of new life into the Wolves of Desert Mountain. And now you're faced with the decision, do you kick despite the missed kicks and the blocked extra points? or do you go for two right now? They're going to run the kick unit back on, it looks.
Kick it, take your chance with the two-point conversion at the end. I know they've struggled. You've got to expect you're going to get one of these at some point. And in terms of momentum shifts, that's the biggest one of the game so far, it has to be said. Right at the start of the fourth quarter, all of that energy coming out of the break, and you get it perfectly. You just need to make the kick now.
Tristan Bankwell is the kicker. This is significant because if it is not to split to uprights, it will mean that it's still a two-score game. It's up, it's line-driven, and it is good. Cannot overstate the importance of that, and just like that, a whole new ball game.
We will see what Cactus Shadows does in response to that. They got stuffed in a 4 and a 3 and out, and then that big kick. I think you need to reestablish the ground game when we come back.
Absolutely, Ryan. What will we see next? We've seen huge offensive plays. We've seen a defensive touchdown in the second half, and now we've seen one on special teams. Sounds like you should join us on the other end of a break.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
This football game looks a whole lot different than it did about 30 seconds ago, at least in game time. It's 21-13 now on the heels of a blocked punt from Desert Mountain, turned into a touchdown, and a game that started to look like it was getting out of the reach. This Wolves team is very much within their grasp once more as the ball is kicked off. Short of the end zone, it will be returned. And an on-rush, plastered. Lucas Blumming sits down the return man inside his own 15. One of these two teams has the momentum right now, and it looks like it's Desert Mountain.
Yeah, and that just adds to that tone that was set on the block punt, and even before that on that third down blitz, the tone has been set for this fourth quarter. They're going to come at you. They're going to play hard, which they have yet to do yet. It's been all Cactus Shadows physically dominant so far. If Desert Mountain can flip the script, the game could flip on its head as well.
Well, despite scoring in this half, Cactus Shadows, the offense has been silenced. They scored on the very first play of the game, 76-yard touchdown. They got another 6 along the course of the second quarter, but since then, held scoreless. The only points of the second half coming from Cactus Shadows on a defensive play. Interception returned into the end zone. Vasily pressured. Porter Sweet is there, and you can make it 13.5 sacks. We wondered where 56 was. He shows up in a big moment.
The biggest moment for him in terms of pass rush, we've seen a couple times already today where they've had these third down blitzes where you'd expect a guy like Porter Sweet to show up. This time on first down, he shows up and pins Cactus Shadows very, very deep inside their own 5.
A loss of 12 on the sack as this defense has started to ratchet up the pressure. From the 4-yard line, it's an I formation look. Quick give, Stewart. He's created a lot of big plays throughout this game. This time does well to just give a little breathing room to his offense ahead of a third down.
Yeah, I think you'd want Cactus Shadows to take a place out of Desert Mountain's playbook. Following those big momentum shifts that Desert Mountain has had against them, they've come out and they've played these little short dink and dunk drives, getting 5-6 yards to slowly win that back that momentum. Let's see what Cactus can do on this third down.
3rd and 16. How aggressive do you get? Aggressive as a run from Bahora. That may get 1 yard, if that. And a late flag. And if that is unnecessary roughness against the defense, that is a brutal blow.
It was perfect. It was textbook on third down to stop it, but whatever's come after has just got to be frustrating.
And we're not down there. We don't know what was said, if anything at all, but if that is for throwing a man down after the whistle, that feels very harsh, and I think that's the matter being discussed right now.
It'll be it'll be a big call.
They were very late to rule forward progress, so in a lot of ways, if that is a discussion being had, this refereeing crew has done an excellent job tonight, but that would be the fault of the officials more so than Desert Mountain, and that has to be what's being talked about.
And if it does, in fact, go the Cactus Shadows way, where do you go if you're Desert Mountain? I think you need to continue to, and the flag is being waved off.
And I have to say, Ryan, I'd be interested in your opinion. I have to agree with that.
Oh, I do wholeheartedly as well. You mentioned it perfectly. That late call of forward progress certainly plays a part in that. He was tossed to the ground, but again, that late call on forward progress, as you mentioned, Peyton, is crucial in that way, in picking up that flag.
As they'll punt from their own end zone, we know the result of the last punt from Cactus Shadows. All eyes on this play right here. It's a one-hop snap, and just having to get it away, it's an absolute shank. They prevent a total disaster, but starting from the doorstep of the Cactus Shadows end zone will be Desert Mountain as that ball rolls out at the 25, practically a ready-made red zone try.
How much momentum is too much momentum here? You've seen back-to-back-to-back momentum shifts. If you're Desert Mountain, do you take a shot? Do you continue that shift upward in the momentum? Do you try and go for the end zone? Or do you tone it down a little, understanding there's still 10 minutes left in this game and you now control your own destiny?
That's the key point. Still plenty of time left in this one for it to twist and turn. Last time we saw Drew Tapley, he led a very good drive down the field, but it ended with a missed field goal. This time he'll start with a pitch to Schifrin. Schifrin with a blocker in front, trying to feel out the space, finds a little bit of it, and gets 14 on a first down carry.
That's hesitation. All that is him waiting and seeing what's in front of him. Schifrin understanding where the defenders are going, understanding where he can find the hole, and the patience was key there on that big run.
1st and 10 from the 14. Schifrin remains the back. We've seen a lot more of him than lead back Zach Kilberg in the second half of play. Looking to throw, Tapley, better look out, gets away from trouble, and that is perfect coverage on the near sideline. Soaring in to dislodge it was Jacob Ong.
Ong's almost been on the occasion a couple times for interceptions. That time he was a little delayed. He lost Freeberg at first, climbs back in there, makes the perfect play to knock it away. 2nd and 10. Now for Cactus Shadows, they can start to build a defensive identity on this drive, understanding if they don't break, they can probably hold them to a field goal.
Just a great all-around football play there a moment ago. Tapley doing so well to navigate the pressure and deliver a ball down the field, and Ong just comes up with the better play there. Here's a counter for Schifrin, and Schifrin has an alley. Pulled down from behind, tackled awkwardly. Able to make this 3rd down a lot more manageable after 6 yards on the run.
I think I'd run it again. I'd try and get the ball into the hands of Kilberg and see what you can create.
The question is, are you in 4-down territory here right now? And does that affect your play calling at all if you're Conrad Hamilton and company?
Well, it certainly affects your play calling if you think you're in 4-down territory. I don't quite think they're there. I think this defense has played well enough that you can sit there and take 3 and build off a defensive play and go for the lead the next time. But it certainly affects your play calling.
Well, let's find out. Kicking's been an adventure. See if Drew Tapley gets aggressive on 3rd and short. He's rolling right, looking for the corner, and it was never there.
The motion just looked awkward from Drew Tapley. It looked like he was never quite confident in getting that throw there, and it's a big spot. I think they're going to stay out there.
Rolled to the wide side of the field, but that space evaporated very quickly. Cactus Shadows flying around and limiting the place for a ball to be placed into. And it is 4th down, and it is the offense that stays on the field, trailing by 8 in the 4th quarter. Again, a sectional title on the line. Schifrin the back. Freeberg in the slot as Schifrin motions out. Tapley looks out, and Conrad Hamilton does not like what he sees. He'll come back with the play call on a colossal 4th down from inside the red zone on the other end of a break here on the Varsity Show YouTube channel.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
24th Street Dental Biltmore is the place to go for cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign. Doctors Braden, Turner, and the team are ready to put your dental needs first. They are the Valley's Invisalign experts. Schedule a free exam today and mention the Varsity Show for complimentary in-house whitening. From cleanings to more comprehensive dental, 24th Street Dental Biltmore in Phoenix is the first step toward a healthier smile. Located in the heart of the Biltmore, call or stop by 602-468.
4th and 4, here we go. Fourth quarter, Cactus Shadows and Desert Mountain, and out of the timeout, there's a penalty. False start on Desert Mountain, and they move back 5. Now the question becomes, do you leave the offense on the field? And that appears to be exactly what Conrad Hamilton will do. They've struggled to kick the ball. It's been blocked a couple times, couple misses. 2 missed field goals to date in this game. But after a deliberation, it does look like Tristan Bankwell will come to kick this field goal.
I think it's the smart decision. At least it's the safe decision. Yes, you've had troubles with your kicking game. That PAT was the first time we saw Tristan Bankwell all night. It looked true. It was true. Give him a shot to prove himself as a field goal kicker now.
0 for 2 so far. None bigger than this. And it is perfect.
Where's Tristan Bankwell been? This game would be leveled up. They'd have the lead, actually, if Bankwell was kicking from the start. But Desert Mountain has figured that aspect out of the game now. They've figured out the defensive side of the ball. If they can start to figure out the offensive side of the ball and put it all together, they're going to walk away with the sectional championship.
21-16 now after the made kick. We'll stay here. Ryan, on the Cactus Shadows side, you've seen your lead dwindle down. Was as big as 15 in the second half. Now, the pressure's really on. Your offense has struggled. What's being said?
Playmakers, who's going to make a play for me? And Vasily's not been bad. It's just that they haven't gotten the guys open. Offensively, we talked about their receivers and how they've got multiple guys. None of them have really showed up. It's been Jacob Stewart out of the backfield. And if you can continue to tote the rock with him back there and continue to have effectiveness there and really slow this game down, because you're still up 5. Stewart is crucial. Bahora is crucial. Anything on the ground from here on out is your best friend if you're Cactus Shadows.
Head coach Mike Hudnut said before the game he expected 2 even teams to duke it out. He has been proven very right. Here comes a kick. Lifting short, it will be returned. Swerving back towards the middle of the field and out across the 30. Go the Falcons, and that will be where we see Corbin Vasily set up shop. His offense really in need of just a drive that runs the clock down and moves the football.
Yep, the clock, their best friend, which means their running game, their best friend. Jacob Stewart in between the tackles, their best friend. You hit the 3 there. You hit the rule of 3 there in a lot of ways. Stewart can be the guy to see this game out. 8 minutes is a lot of time, but if that running game starts to pick up, 8 minutes can seem like no time and real quick.
Twists and turns galore. We promised fireworks. We haven't necessarily gotten that. What we have gotten is flashes and huge moments as this looks to potentially set up another as Desert Mountain brings the heat and gets right up into the kitchen of Jacob Stewart, tackling him for a loss.
Desert Mountain has looked better in the second half in terms of being on the line of scrimmage and dominating there. We saw the first half go the way of Cactus Shadows. It's shifted, and with that, the momentum is shifted as well.
2 yards in the wrong direction, 2nd and 12. A little bit of confusion now. Vasily to the sideline. It's caught. creating separation. Braden Hasher, and he's inside the 45. And plenty of Desert Mountain players asking for a push-off.
Push-off might have been there, but I thought it was physical football. They've played physical on the outsides all night. Hasher won that battle, deservedly gets the first down and a lot more.
Say what you will, but they have called it that way all night long. 1st and 10. Threatening pressure, and a man may have been a little bit ahead of himself trying to get into the backfield as flag flies, and that's going to be 5 yards for offside.
And the momentum has shifted again. I mean, championship games, this is not technically a de facto champion. This is not technically a tried and true championship game, but it's a de facto one for a sectional title. Are so often described by momentum, Peyton.
Absolutely, Ryan. 1st and 5 here. Clock approaching the 7-minute mark with it running down, and the goal now just to run as much time as possible as pressure in the face of Vasily, and that is the absolute worst thing that could happen, barring a turnover for Cactus Shadows. A quick sack and momentum restored right back to Desert Mountain is on the heels of a big play and an offside. Desert Mountain able to seize it right back and put Falcons behind the chains, clock running, approaching the 6:30 mark.
Direct pressure up the gut. We saw it work down there towards the goal line on the last drive. It works there in a big spot for this Desert Mountain defense. Let's see if that trend continues.
Corbin Vasily doing a good job just to hang on to the football there. Pressure comes again. Through contact down the field, and Banquil couldn't quite track it down. Vasily hanging in there and lifting a ball down the sideline. As again and again, just waves of pressure coming up front now for Conrad Hamilton's bunch.
Yeah, I think they're figuring it out. Desert Mountain has had a stretch of games where they've probably only had to bring 4 or 5 guys to get to the quarterback, and they've figured out in this one they need to bring 6 or 7.
3rd and 15. Corbin Vasily will throw. It's caught, and it'll be close. Just short as they hit Logan Foster on the out route. And it looks like Mike Hudnut has every single intention to go for this.
As he should. I mean, you've had so much success on short yardage scenarios tonight. What are you going to do? I think you've got to find the guy out there in the short yardage.
The running back is Jacob Stewart, and they may look to at least at first try and draw off Desert Mountain and get it the easy way. The Wolves not fooled that time, and here comes a timeout. Had 3 of them. They used the first there, the Falcons do, and they will assess this situation. We will too, and come back with a renewed perspective on the other side of a break.
Coming this winter to the Varsity Sports Show, AIA, high school, basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Attention student athletes, parents, coaches, and administrators. We are contracted affiliates with NFHS. Tired of Pixelot? Our NFHS authorized platform can spotlight your favorite team with multi-camera and full broadcast crews. We still offer our YouTube channels as well. Single game, multi-game, and season coverage available to meet every budget, including a segment on the Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, dedicated to your team. We can even help promote your booster businesses. Act fast. The season is right around the corner.
4th and 1. 5 minutes, 33 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter of a contest that will determine a sectional champion. And another timeout called by the Falcons as they didn't come out of their own huddle with much organization there. We just went to break. We'll stay here for now. Ryan, you just burned 2 timeouts very quickly. That magnifies the importance of this next yard you have to gain on 4th down, because you've just lost the ability to stop the clock and potentially get the ball back.
Yeah, 2 great setups by Desert Mountain have created a chess match here, and this is the most important play of the game. Cactus Shadows has been so successful on those 1 to 2 yard short gain areas tonight. If that trend continues, the clock continues to trickle down. If it doesn't, Desert Mountain can take over with a chance to drive down.
Well, the man who has created the most important plays today has been the fullback, Jacob Stewart. He'll put his hand in the dirt and gaze ahead at a defensive line that is trying to hold him from gaining the next yard. Play action. Flats it out. Stewart has it with a first down the sideline. We thought Stewart might get the ball. That's not how we thought it would happen, but he gets exactly what he wants.
Yeah, no, not how we thought it would happen, but that's exactly the spot to do it. We saw it in the first half. You mentioned a play action, get it out to the fullback or the running back after a handoff in short yardage. They didn't do it then. They didn't do it the second time. Third time's the charm. They find it. Play action pass, Stewart first down and a little bit more.
We'll say, though, important that Stewart got out of bounds there and stopped the clock. From the 23. Stewart just hanging on to the football as a couple Wolves paw at it. Stewart takes the opportunity to take a couple guys for a ride.
It's going to be Jacob Stewart from here on out, and if it's not, it has to be. If the running game is going to be key, and you've got one guy that's been the power back all night, it's been Jacob Stewart. Maybe Bahora, but Stewart should be the guy from here on out.
How about this from Cactus Shadows? You start 0-3, a couple heartbreaks at the beginning of the season. Then they rattle off 5 straight. Not really challenged that much. They've got an opportunity to make it 6 in a row. They can strain to cross the finish line. It's another straight give to the fullback. Stewart there. And that will move the chains. It'll run the clock, too. Only 2 timeouts for Desert Mountain as they rotate in some fresh bodies in the trenches. This is big boy football. A pitch. Bahora finds an alley, and he's cut from behind, a crucial tackle. And in some ways, although a touchdown would be nice, and in a lot of ways would put plenty of distance between these two teams, this is met with the silver lining of the fact that more clock comes off.
Yeah, and that's the perfect play call right there. You go big on the inside. Instead of going up the middle and getting stuffed, you give Bahora a little bit quicker of a back than Stewart to get out and find space, and you waste some clock at the same time.
I formation once more. We've seen Desert Mountain force a red zone fumble. Do they have more magic left in them? Bahora straight into the crowd. And he is short of the line to gain. Important to note that there can be another first down picked up before first and goal.
I think this is 4-down territory. I think a touchdown here doesn't necessarily close the door, because you can never fully close the door till that clock hits 0, but it really creeps it towards the conclusion, and anything here and anything on the next down could put it away.
Bahora, the back offset eye, and now looks like they're going to pitch it to him. Gets a good block, but getting off that block is Zach Kilberg. He makes an awesome play in the backfield. May have been a couple other Desert Mountain defenders. It looked like it was sealed up well, but able to defeat the block there of Stewart that time and shed it, get into the backfield, tackle the ball carrier short of the line to gain, and it's a field goal try. Clock running, under 2 minutes and 40 seconds now. The kicker is Logan Foster. The holder is Ryan Berger, and the kick is good. 24-16, and it's an 8-point game again, but unable to create the breathing room of a 2-score advantage on that drive. It will go back into the hands of Desert Mountain with more than a chance. We approach the death, 2 minutes, 24 seconds in a 1-score game for a sectional title here on the Varsity Show YouTube channel.
Hey fans, the Arizona AIA High School football playoffs are coming. Trust the Varsity Sports Show team to live stream your football playoff games on NFHS. We are an NFHS trusted partner and will spotlight your favorite team better than anyone, including a team segment on Saturday's Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. We are authorized to cover every round of the football playoffs, including championships. Call or text us to reserve your postseason broadcast and production crew. Time is running out fast. 480-779-9437.
We arrive here in the final 2 minutes and 24 seconds as Cactus Shadows will kick off to Desert Mountain. It's a one-score game with a piece of hardware on the line. Again, a sectional title at stake between these two teams. One of them on a 7-game win streak. The other one has won 5 in a row. It has been an excellent game of football so far as this is returned. It's Sheffrin. Sheffrin bounces outside before being met by a couple Falcon defenders. Let me tell you how we got here. This Desert Mountain offense was stymied, struggling to score approaching the end of the first half, trailing by 14 to a Cactus Shadows team that was an underdog but wasn't playing like it. They go to the backup quarterback, the Wolves do. They call on Brady McDonough. He leads a touchdown drive right before the half, but then the beginning of the second half, disaster strikes. Throws an interception, gets returned for a touchdown. The next possession, he gets injured. They have to go back to the man who was benched earlier. It was Drew Tapley's job to get Desert Mountain back into the game, and he's earned a chance to maybe go down and tie it, trailing by 8. Here he is in the gun. Tapley hits the hitch, and tackle inbounds short of the marker. The clock will run. 2 timeouts to use for Desert Mountain. Not choosing to use it here, though, is Conrad Hamilton. No huddle. Sheffrin is still the running back. 2nd and 3. Tapley with time. Tapley, a dangerous throw, and it's broken up.
Yeah, I think playmakers are going to be crucial here. Tapley's got to find those guys. Jack Freeberg is the guy on this drive. He's had Dylan Tapley up a couple times. Obviously, in that third quarter, he was huge. If anyone's going to get open here and make plays, Jack Freeberg has to be the one.
3rd and 3. Freeberg is split all the way out on the near side. Tapley scans, had a man over the middle, but Sheffrin has it knocked away from him by Jacob Stewart.
He's there again. He's been there on offense. He's been there on defense. We'll see what they dial up on 4th down and 3. But so far, I think anything to get away from Jacob Stewart might be a good play call for Desert Mountain.
4th down, 3 yards separating the Wolves from a fresh set. And this, for all intents and purposes, is your ball game. Tapley gets it out quick, gets what he needed, delivering and firing the ball out to Colin Franks. Poised as could be, the chains move.
Yeah, they move the ball away from Stewart. They find it on the outside, and those chains do move, and that's all you can ask for if you're Conrad Hamilton and the Desert Mountain Wolves.
Tapley again decisive in a big moment, getting the ball out quickly.
Calm, which is what we got from McDonough at the end of the first half. It's what we're getting here now from Drew Tapley.
1st and 10. It's a run, and it's Sheffrin with a little bit of space as he's cut down about a yard shy of the marker. The clock again will run. No timeout call. Precious seconds burning away. Tapley quickly gets the Wolves organized. Looks like pressure might be coming. Men are wide open to all sides of the field. He picks the far side, incomplete, and nobody was within 30 yards of the tight end. Dylan Hipp on the left side of the field. Tapley just never saw him.
And that's part of what we were talking about in that first half with Drew Tapley. He seems to be picking his moments pre-snap, trying to find the guy he wants before it's even played out. And if he just picks out the tight end there, it might not quite be a touchdown, but he's certainly getting into the red zone and beyond.
You're generous. That absolutely would have been a touchdown. Unless Dylan Hipp had fallen on his own accord, it would have been 6 points, but that matters not now. Just like that, it's 3rd and 1. a run. Sheffrin gets a great block on the outside. Sheffrin gets the first down, does not get out of bounds. The clock will start soon as the chains move.
And that's crucial from Cactus Shadows there. You could tell as soon as Sheffrin turned the corner, he was looking to get out of bounds to at least save a little bit of clock.
And here goes that clock, approaching 1 minute. Tapley slings it, gets his man for a first down. Huge day from Dylan Tapley. He makes another big play.
Great play call. Get him out, get a minimal gain, but enough of a gain to make a dent in the defense. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, 57 seconds to go. Dial up something on the outside again here.
Starting to get really real, this opportunity for Desert Mountain as they approach the red zone. Still trailing by 8, now with less than a minute left. Motion man is Jack Freeberg. Tapley looking that way, has Freeberg, catches it, turns inside for the corner, he's got it! Touchdown, Desert Mountain, a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing back up.
You betcha it's Jack Freeberg. You circled his name at the start of the drive. You circle his name at the end of the drive for 6. Now it's all about the 2-point conversion. This is the game here for Cactus Shadows and Desert Mountain.
Couldn't ask for more out of a football game than what this one has given. And it is a 2-point conversion, 3 yards. That will probably decide this one. Snap notably coming from the left hash, so if they want to roll the quarterback Tapley out, it will be to his strong, wide side of the field. Sheffrin motions across. They will roll Tapley. Sheffrin is wide open, and the lead is no more for Cactus Shadows. It is tied up at 24.
You mentioned it was put on the left hash. You mentioned he could roll to his right. That was always going to be the play call. A little sweeper out to the right-hand side. Easy as like pitch and catch. 24-24. Tie game.
The second play of this game, the first offensive snap for the Falcons, was a touchdown. From that point on, this game has not been tied. It is now with 49 seconds left.
And I think what's key, the key theme for this drive there was Drew Tapley. We talked about it after he was benched, after he had to come back in the game for Brady McDonough. Where was he going to go? He didn't have anywhere to go but up, but he certainly could have stayed where he was, and he did go up. He did figure it out.
All you can do is smile. Hey, the way this one has gone, 49 seconds might be more than enough. Down 15 in the second half. It looked bleak for Desert Mountain, but comeback sparked by a blocked kick, a field goal that went through the uprights that proved to be crucial after kicking woes had struck this team throughout the game. Gives them a chance, down 8, to drive the length of the field, score, and get the 2-point conversion.
And it's so easy to highlight this offense that has put up unreal video game numbers this season for Desert Mountain. But the coach is a former NFL cornerback. They're going to hang their hat on the defense and the special teams, and that's where this comeback has come from.
We led this game by talking about two teams that wanted to be aggressive. Desert Mountain has been able to turn up that aggression and win some of those battles with pressure. For Cactus Shadows, your offense struggling, you wonder, you really do, how much of a leash is on this team approaching the end of the game. It won't matter if they can return a kick as this bust outside, but hanging on to make a tackle. Doing so very well is Santana Wilson.
And he's made a couple of those big tackles. That's the first time we've seen him on special teams and on defense, but he's on defense. He's been great. 44 seconds left. Corbin Vasily.
Corbin Vasily with the ball and a timeout. Ball placed at the 25. Vasily been so good throughout this game, but the offense blunted in the second half. Only 3 points to show for their efforts. He will look to throw. Step away from Sweet, but he will not elude Nolan Clement, who makes his second sack of the game and all but sets us on a course for overtime as the clock runs now. 30 seconds. Cactus Shadows in no particular rush. They're going to get the play in. They're going to run something, but they don't call the timeout. Stewart lost the football, and it lies with Desert Mountain. 12 seconds left and 2 timeouts. Would you take a look at this?
We talked about the kicking game. That could be the big theme now. Since they've brought in the kicker, Tristan Banquel, they've been much better in the special teams department. They've got a chance. All they need, sitting at about the, 35, they need about 10, 15.
They tried it from 30. Notable about that, though, it got blocked because it came out at such a low angle. So you certainly want to get some yardage here to make this try a little bit more reasonable. Of course, risking a block could also risk potential of it getting returned for a touchdown. You lose this game.
I think they're certainly going to take their shot on that short dink and dunk. They had success with on the last drive to Freeburg, to Dylan Tapley. If they can get those two guys on the outside to get 6-7 yards on each catch, 12 seconds. You mentioned earlier, the average football play is 6. If they can get it down to 5.
What's left in this? A run from Sheffrin. Busting to the outside, gets out of play. Clock stops at 6 seconds. It's still running. Got all the way down to 5. Sheffrin got out of bounds with 8 seconds on the clock, but it ticks down all the way to 5. And 2nd and 5 snap will come from the 40. And as you said, about 6 seconds per play. So notable those extra couple seconds. And now a decision has to be made of whether you just settle to try and kick here from the 30.
30, 40, 46, 47-yard field goal. You changed kickers halfway through. It's no longer Quinn Robertson. It's now Tristan Banquel, who's shown that he's got that line drive leg. But we mentioned the line drive leads you open to be blocked, and you don't want that.
Wonder what's being discussed right here. The officials are going to join up and go over all the situations as well. Those extra couple seconds coming off there really do hurt Desert Mountain. Takes away the ability to run another play, especially since they had the 2 timeouts. They had the whole field open to them. They wanted to run something there.
And it is Tristan Banquel out.
From the right hash. A long kick has already been blocked in this one. Desert Mountain started this game on special teams by missing their first 2 kicks. They've also had an extra point blocked. Tristan Banquel has the leg. It is no good. And to overtime we go. Let's be serious. There wasn't really any other fair way to end this game.
No, there wasn't, and you wanted deep down somewhere in your heart to end it like that with Tristan Banquel after all the kicking problems they've had. But in a lot of ways, this game deserves to go to overtime, and I'm glad it is.
Hard to judge how close it truly was from where we are sitting, Ryan, but certainly had the distance, and it looked like it just so barely drifted wide left. So, Ryan, as we head into overtime, it would appear that Desert Mountain has all the momentum here. But it's a whole new game. And although the offense has struggled for Cactus Shadows, they do have the ability to run the football in close quarters as they've shown throughout. So who really has the edge here heading into this extra football?
I think the momentum of Desert Mountain takes it, especially when you consider that they've been effective getting those 6-7 yard out route passing sort of dink and dunk type plays, which work so effectively in the red zone. While the run game of Cactus Shadows exists, it's been stifled these last couple of drives for sure.
So, as we stay here with you, teams briefed on the situation. How about a moment here to talk about the quarterback, Desert Mountain, Drew Tapley, as we got a timeout on the field. Tapley's been so good, led this comeback, showed so much gall and tenacity to hang in there after getting benched. And he's just been a different QB since coming back into the game after the injury to back up Brady McDonough.
Yeah, and McDonough would have given you a different look down the stretch. I mean, for instance, that play at the goal line, I think you would have seen something with Brady McDonough's legs like we did on one of the earlier 4th down and shorts. But he gave you a different look when he got back in. He gave you a more level-headed version of Drew Tapley especially, but he allowed you to spread the ball out a little more on offense, get guys like Dylan Tapley and especially Jack Freeburg more involved. especially in that fourth quarter, and I think it's been better for this comeback that they had Drew Tapley available at a level head. That was the key, getting him out, getting him prepared mentally just in case he had to go back in, and when he did, he was prepared mentally.
Execution becomes so key when the pressure is on. As you see, pretty harrowing image there. Standing at the 50, looking out at the opposing sideline is Jacob Stewart. In a lot of ways, the reason why Cactus Shadows was able to get to this point, play so well, and get to overtime against a foe that was the favorite against them. Fumbled there at the end of the game, gave Desert Mountain the opportunity to kick a field goal, take the win. Didn't go in. You have to wonder what he's thinking about right now.
Well, I don't know Jacob Stewart personally. Neither of us do, Peyton, but you have to think that he's saying he's not going to allow it to happen again. Personally, and the way he's played tonight, you can definitely tell this win is something he's putting on his shoulders. He's saying, the team is on my back. I'm the guy. We're going to go out there and do it on my order.
Make no bones about it. He has been the best player in this football game this evening, mistake or not, as he meets Porter Sweet at midfield for the coin toss.
Talking about Porter Sweet, though, he showed up in that second half as well, a guy who did not provide as much for us in the first half, but in big spots he showed up. He could be big in these short yardage areas in this overtime, especially.
Desert Mountain trying to reach 9 wins for the third time in the last 15 years. They've never had more wins than that. Victory here today gives them a chance to do exactly that, though, in their final game of the season. Trying to see it across the line. Lost in week 2 to Chaparral in a really tough game for them. Since then, though, flying high, 6 straight wins. They'll put that to the test against a team that has done the exact same after starting 0-3. Cactus Shadows, they've won 5 straight. Again, a sectional title on the line based on whatever happens here in overtime.
Yep, momentum was everything coming into the game. Momentum turned out to be whatever was going on in the game. And during this overtime, now it's more reliant on your playmakers, the guys that are going to go out there and make the big play, not necessarily the momentum swinging play, because it's 1v1 now. It's score and stop, or stop and score. You have to find the guys who are going to make the plays. And for Desert Mountain, it's very obvious. It's the same guy we circled on the last drive, Jack Freeberg. Find him, you might find a win in your pocket.
Desert Mountain with the ball first, of course, at the high school level. They don't start at the 25, they start at the 10. First and goal, 4 downs to get into the end zone for Desert Mountain. Sheffrin. Wrangled up, brought down. Not going to go any further than Dakota Harvey. Again, Peyton Gallagher, Ryan Sikora, Sammy Rivera directing our show for you this evening. Madison Thompson up on the game camera, and Michael Garatha working the camera down on the field. Happy to be with you, transmitting this bonus football overtime. After the small gain on first down, second and goal. Freeberg moves to the slot. They find him. Freeberg fighting for the end zone. Down just shy.
Touchdown saving tackle initially. Freeberg, great route. He got out, he spun away, then spun back in to confuse the linebacker on coverage. A lot of times that'll work on a linebacker. That time it didn't. Whatever you do here, it's not the ball game, but it's a big spot. It's a huge spot.
Tapley back into the huddle. Shotgun look as Desert Mountain has been all night long. And a penalty flag comes in. They're going to get the defense for offside.
And that was tight either way, and I think I thought personally it could have gone towards the offensive side, maybe a little bit of too much motion pre-snap can confuse you in short yards like that. Why wouldn't you just put it on the goal line like they are right now and go for a little bush push type motion here?
Under center, the sneak, a flag stops it.
Offside again on Cactus Shadows.
Somebody's trying to get a little head start. Every inch matters down here.
I still think I like the idea of putting Drew Tapley under center, letting him go and getting a little shove behind him, see if you can force him into the end zone, especially from about, what looks to be about half a foot even.
Here we go again. 3rd and goal in overtime. Desert Mountain trying to throw the first punch with a sneak. Does he cross the line? He'll dig through the pile and throw up 2 hands. It's a touchdown. Desert Mountain has their first lead of the game. And a late flag comes in.
And that's the play call. I mean, you get that short yardage gain. Those penalties hurt them there. That was probably only enough to get maybe even half a yard, and those penalties cost you there. You get that half a yard that you need. It's 30-24. We'll see where the penalty is coming from and where it will be assessed. But as of now, that's 6 for the Desert Mountain Wolves.
We already saw this officiating crew here in the late stages pick up 1 flag. They're having another conversation. Still talking. Of course, you want to make sure you get this right and don't interject yourself as an official if you absolutely don't have to here in such a close game.
Yeah, and the officials have done a very good job tonight. I expect them to do what they believe is right here.
It doesn't look like it's going to be picked up. They give the touchdown, but also assess a penalty post facto against Desert Mountain. Significant for the point after attempt.
It will, and it's going to be huge. Tristan Bankwell has been good in the extra point attempts. This is far out, especially for a PAT. Wow.
Regardless of what happens here, Cactus Shadows will get the ball back with an opportunity to score in their own right. And that's why this is so important. If you're not able to get the extra point here, that gives Cactus Shadows the opportunity to win in the other half of this overtime period.
It's not Tristan Bankwell. Oh, no, it is. I was going to say, I thought the holder was about to kick it for a second.
Bankwell just missed an opportunity to win the game from 40+. He's made big field goals down the stretch. It nearly gets blocked, and it just about gets in. How about that?
All those kicking problems that we thought they could have come back to haunt them, they find their guy Tristan Bankwell. As we've said tonight, he misses the chance to win the game earlier. That could be just as crucial, though, that extra point.
The Falcons have not looked up at the scoreboard at any point in this game, saw themselves trailing. They will take the ball back in that exact situation in need of a touchdown. This offense has only been able to conjure up 3 points since the halftime break. They need 7. Vasily and his receiver didn't get out of the break in time, as it looked just about like Logan Foster might have a step on a comeback, but it falls incomplete.
Bankwell's kick gives him the 7-point lead. Bankwell's coverage preserves it there. Great job out there in the front of the end zone to hold it on.
Such a great effort in the second half from the Wolf defense. Trying to hang on for another 2 or 3 plays. Two-by-two look. Receivers spread out to either side. Now Bahora motions into the slot. They're looking that way. Trying to step out of trouble. He will not. The 3rd sack of the game for Nolan Clement is a massive one that moves Cactus Shadows back 6 yards and puts the task in front of the Falcons in a very, very difficult position.
Yeah, Clement was late on the pressure, but that early pressure made his sack easy. Huge spot. I mean, huge spot.
Empty set. Pressure cheats up. They bring it. Free blitzer to the end zone. Nearly intercepted. Santana Wilson collided with his own defender, and the ball clattered to the ground. The game rests on this very next play.
And great coverage all around there, and you could argue that's probably not the throw that Corbin Vasily wanted at all. That pressure early on denies it. Timeout, Cactus Shadows.
Game stopping here. You got to run your very best play. 16 yards is what defines whether or not Cactus Shadows can keep this game going.
And for Desert Mountain at the same time, 16 yards defines their season, arguably. They've played their way up. After that early loss to Chaparral, a team like DM has to go undefeated to make the open. From that loss to Chaparral on, it became about winning football games, getting to 8-1, getting to 9-1, getting beyond that. And it became about getting as high as a seed as possible as you could get in the 5A playoffs. And a win here could make you a top 3 or 4 team come next week.
It is cliche, but neither of these teams deserve to lose.
No, they do not. And that is part of the greatness of this game tonight, part of the greatness of these two teams competing for this sectional title. Both of them look like 5A playoff teams. Cactus Shadows might even need this to get in to the 5A playoffs. It's a big one.
Brothers with interwoven arms on either sideline. And before we can get to the climax of this contest, another timeout taken by Conrad Hamilton this time. Cactus Shadows has had several players make plays throughout the course of this one. Stewart's been the guy they've called on here down the stretch, but that's a fullback, and you need 16 yards. Ryan Sikora, who are you looking to?
You've got to look at the receivers. I mean, Briar Bennett started the game fantastically, but ever since we hit the intermission, he has been non-existent. Tate Andrews is your number one guy. He's on the sideline hurt. We haven't even called his name tonight because he hasn't been in the game. But it's got to be Briar Bennett if you're going to start off at the top of your list. Hasher, Braden Hasher made the big play in the third quarter to start to twist the momentum the other way. One of those two guys has to get the ball. It's probably going to go to the end zone.
The senior quarterback, Corbin Vasily, needs to make it happen now. 4th and goal. Anything less than a touchdown, and this game will be over. Vasily lifts it. Corner. In and out of the hands, and it's over. Logan Foster gave it everything he had, but he couldn't hold on. And just like that, this game slips out of the fingertips of Cactus Shadows and is lapped up by the Wolves of Desert Mountain. What a game. What a comeback.
Give Tristan Bankwell and this secondary everything they deserve. They covered fantastically down the stretch. That overtime, there was textbook coverage on every play. Desert Mountain comes back, played the better football in the second half, and walks away arguably the deserved winners here in Cave Creek.
Drew Tapley benched after a lackluster performance to start the game. Back up, Brady McDonough comes in, a sophomore, and if you're Drew Tapley, you're thinking about, wow, am I going to get my job back this year? He's had an excellent season, but McDonough is a very talented player. McDonough gets injured, unfortunately, and he's called upon to dig his team out of a hole. He performed beautifully.
It was the perfect job. It was all you could ask for, and I've mentioned it a couple times tonight. When he got taken out, it was all about a mental reset for Drew Tapley just as much as it was getting them back in the game. And if Tapley were to come back in the game, which he inevitably did, he was going to have to be at his best mentally, and he was. He made the right decisions. He wasn't pre-reading snaps except for the one where he would have had the tight end wide open in the end, wide open on a roll to the end zone. But other than that play, flawless from Drew Tapley. They deserve this comeback on his shoulders.
2 scores down in the second half, trailed by as many as 15. Didn't see a lead till overtime. What a win for Desert Mountain. What a game. It was an honor to bring it to you. For our excellent crew and for Ryan Sikora, I've been Peyton Gallagher. The final score in overtime. Desert Mountain extends the win streak to 7, ties the high mark of the last 15 years of play with 9 wins on the season and wins it 31-24. This has been High School Football Friday Night Lights on the Varsity Show YouTube channel. Take care, folks.
Coming this winter to the Varsity Sports Show, AIA, high school, basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Attention student athletes, parents, coaches, and administrators. We are contracted affiliates with NFHS. Tired of pixel art? Our NFHS authorized platform can spotlight your favorite team with multi-camera and full broadcast crews. We still offer our YouTube channels as well. Single game, multi-game, and season coverage available to meet every budget, including a segment on the Varsity Sports Radio Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, dedicated to your team. We can even help promote your booster businesses. Act fast. The season is right around the corner.